Welcome to Lakewood Ice as Long Beach State Club Hockey takes on Cal State Fullerton. I'm Bruce Kuntz alongside JayDe Beaudry, and you are listening to 22 West Radio. Long Beach State has had a couple of weeks off since their last game, which was a loss to UC Santa Barbara back on November 22nd. They'll look for redemption today in a rivalry matchup against Cal State Fullerton. Head coach Eric Raimundo's squad sits at 8-4-1 overall this season. This is the Beach's last game before a nearly 2-month hiatus, so they'll look to head into the break with a win. Fullerton is coming off a dominant 13-3 victory over San Diego last night. On the second half of a back-to-back, they now head up to 405 for this 15-mile rivalry matchup. The Titans, led by head coach Eric Vampenchow, are 9-10 overall this season. JayDe, coming off that loss against Santa Barbara and looking to move up in the WCHC standings, what will Long Beach be focused on today?
Well, Bruce, the mission is clear tonight for Long Beach. Win and win big. With just 6 games remaining in the season, the Beach can break a 4-way tie for third place in the West Coast Hockey Association standings with a win tonight. And while that loss against UC Santa Barbara has left a sour taste with the Beach, this team will look for a better start and an equally strong finish like the one that saw Long Beach State cut a 4-goal deficit down to 2 in the final 5 minutes against the Gauchos. But a win tonight in the 15-mile rivalry will not come easy, Bruce, especially as the Beach come into this matchup shorthanded.
Yeah, James McGuire will not be playing in this one. He's normally been the second-line center and wears the C. The captain for Long Beach State sustained an injury in practice and will not be suiting up today, but the Beach do get one impactful player back that was not active for that game against Santa Barbara. Sean Menser will be back on the ice, one of the assistant captains.
Yeah, Sean Menser wears the A for this team, a talented skater, a talented scorer. He was a big miss last time against the Gauchos. He'll look to add some goals tonight and a bit of firepower in the attack.
Long Beach State and Cal State Fullerton both going through their warm-up, so we'll take a short break during the national anthem and all the pregame festivities. We'll be back on the air in just a few minutes for this rivalry matchup between Long Beach State and Cal State Fullerton Club Hockey. Stick with us after the break on 22 West Radio. Moments away from puck drop between Long Beach State and Cal State Fullerton. Some club hockey action on the air for you here on 22 West Radio. Take you through the starters for Long Beach State. They'll have Nate Compton in the middle, David Nguyen on the left wing, and then Sean Menser making his return back on the other side. Adam Orozco in net. The two defensemen, David Ernst and CJ Thieberge. For Cal State Fullerton, Ezra Gale on the wing. They'll have Tristan Lamb starting in the middle. Liam McKay starts on the right wing. The two defensemen, Tyler Lambert and Blake Mayalette, and then Connor Acevedo in net. The puck is down, and we're officially underway. CJ Thieberge skating back into the neutral zone and then sends it up. Fullerton intercepts a pass. Now going across is Liam McKay. He takes it right in and gets a shot on net, but it's gloved out of the air by Orozco and iced.
Yeah, Orozco, cool, calm, and composed in the net. Had a 34 save performance last time out against UC Santa Barbara. That one right into his breadbasket. Gets the glove down. It's an offensive zone faceoff for Fullerton.
On the right faceoff dot, Lamb going up against Compton. Fullerton wins it. Immediately slapper up from the blue line is blocked. Now Menser gets out to run for Long Beach State. Skates it right into the offensive zone. Sends a centering pass across to the left side. Compton gets it off the boards. Back behind the net. Sent around the boards. Chasing is Menser. He gets there in the right corner. Pinned against the boards, but then Fullerton controls. Pass gets tipped, but then they're able to skate it out. Right across into center ice. Mayalette takes it into the offensive zone for Fullerton and chips it in to the right corner. Sent around the boards. Giving chase is a couple of Fullerton players. A centering pass into the middle, and another slap shot right from the slot is saved again by Orozco. Titans with good offensive pressure early.
Yeah, Titans, a team coming into the season that had high hopes, wanted to make the regionals, and if they were lucky, the national finals. Had a rough year last year playing in D2, moving up from D3, went just 5-17, a much better year this year under first-year head coach Eric Brushemow.
Another offensive zone faceoff for Fullerton. They win it into the right corner. Pass sent into the middle. Shot from Sensor gets blocked, and Long Beach able to get it out of there before Orozco had to make another save. In center ice, Long Beach forces a turnover. Fullerton can't get into the zone, and then they chip it in deep off the stick of Center. Back behind the net, Long Beach gives chase. Pass goes up as they try to clear. Still in the zone, Fullerton able to keep it. Now forcing a turnover is Gale. He skates in. Pass into the slot. Can't get handled, though. And skating in is Manluku onto the ground to push it away. Puck still in the left corner. Now it gets sent along the boards and a whistle blows. Still in the Fullerton offensive zone. Looks like it'll be a face-off again, this time from the left dot.
And a potentially goal-saving slide tackle, Bruce, from Ethan Manluku, who now chuckles as he heads to the penalty box, it looks like.
It is a penalty called against Manluku as he slid in there. So Long Beach State now will have to go on the penalty kill. Fullerton with a 2-minute power play early on in the first period.
You just can't go skates up into a challenge on the ice. Save that for the soccer pitch.
Justin Sensor taking the face-off again. Long Beach wins this one, but Fullerton keeps the zone as it was pushed up towards the blue line. Lambert along the half wall on the left side, able to keep the zone, but then Long Beach clears right off the stick of Oki. Oh, now a chance for Long Beach, and they score! As they cleared the zone, giving chase all the way down the ice, they're able to track it down and put it right into the net. Where did that chance come from? It's a goal for Nate Compton, shorthanded. Long Beach State moves up 1-0, just a minute and 50 seconds in.
That is pure hustle from Nate Compton. The clearance goes off the opposite wall. Compton is on the opposite side of the defensive zone, chases it as it bounces awkwardly into the goal mouth and pokes it past the keeper. Pure hustler from Nate Compton, and Long Beach are still going to have to kill off this penalty. 15 seconds in, they find themselves up 1-0.
Oki cleared the zone, and it took a funky bounce off the left side boards. Compton was right there to get it as it deflected right into the slot. Then he put it into the goal right past Acevedo. So Nate Compton with a shorthanded goal. Long Beach ahead 1-0, 2 minutes into this first period. Skating in the offensive zone, McKay. Still a power play for Fullerton, and McKay scores. Skated right into the slot, right past the Long Beach defenders. Went to the backhand and put it right past Orozco. An immediate answer, Liam McKay scores. 2 minutes and 1 second. It's 1-1 in the first period.
Liam McKay, the sophomore, with a nice dangle. Gets it right past Orozco, and 2 goals in the last 30 seconds. A rapid start to this first period. One apiece, just 2 minutes in.
A far cry from that Long Beach and UC Santa Barbara game that was low scoring all the way until late in the third period. It's 1-1 here, 2 minutes in to the first period. Long Beach State and Cal State Fullerton Club Hockey. Puck in center ice off the drop. It's along the right side boards. Compton comes away with it, sends a pass over towards Beaudry, but they can't connect. Goes off the boards, and now Fullerton tries to corral it. It's in the offensive zone for Long Beach, and now able to track it down, get a shot on net from Menser, but it's blockered away by Acevedo. In the left corner, Long Beach gives chase. Menser skates back behind the goal, sends it over into the middle. Compton can't connect with the pass in the slot. Beaudry keeps the zone and then gives it off the boards over towards Menser. Menser puts it into the right corner. Long Beach trying to keep the zone, skated up towards the point. Now around for Compton. He dangles, keeps it along the left side boards, still keeping the zone. Now sends it into the middle. It's tipped on net by Nguyen, but the save is made by Connor Acevedo. Good chance again there for Long Beach.
And the first time Long Beach has had a possession inside the offensive zone, they find David Nguyen cutting across. David Nguyen tonight playing his final game at Lakewood Ice in his senior season. This is the final home game of the year, second to last home game, that is, for Long Beach State Club Hockey.
And this is the last game they'll play before winter break. They'll be back here at Lakewood Ice on January 30th against UC Irvine, and will play the rest of the season on the road. Face-off here in the offensive zone for Long Beach, sent around the boards off the drop by Manluku. In the left corner, Long Beach still with possession. 1-1 early on in the first period. They're tied up in the left corner. Going down to the ground as the Long Beach player, but then as Manluku controlled, whistle blows. They're tied up over in the left corner after that collision. So the refs blow it dead and get in there to break up a couple of bodies. Tied up down there was Parcher alongside Justin Center for Fullerton.
Yeah, getting involved as well. Boston Parcher, 2-on-1 for the Beach, not letting anything go. Physical here early on in this first period as both teams have traded goals. A rapid start, and there's quite the crowd tonight here, Bruce, at Lakewood Ice.
This is the rivalry matchup everybody's been looking forward to on both sides. As you said, JD, Cal State Fullerton was up in Division II last year, but now both these sides in Division III of the West Coast Hockey Conference.
Cal State Fullerton currently on the outside looking in of the playoffs, just 6 points through their 4 games played. The standings a bit shaken up with a few teams playing 10 games, a few teams playing 7, but as we mentioned in the open, a win for Long Beach State today would break a 4-way tie for third place. Long Beach would take sole possession of third if they can get a win.
Offensive zone for face-off for Long Beach State, won by Fullerton. Now skating with some speed. Lambert into the offensive zone, put a shot towards the net, but it misses and goes over into the right corner. Fullerton trying to keep the zone, skating around the back of the net is McKay, already with a goal. He sends a pass into the middle, but nobody there. It's kept in the zone by Mayolette, and he sends it wrapping around the boards. John gives chase for Long Beach State, but McKay comes away with it in the left corner. Sends it along the boards up to the point for Lambert. He skates along, sends it towards the middle, but it goes straight through. Gale couldn't get a tip on net. Now he gives chase into the corner. Long Beach trying to get possession back, but keeping the zone again is Mayolette. Now a tip, Mayolette gets it right back, keeps it in the point, but then the zone clears. Lambert just couldn't keep it on the Fullerton side of the blue line. Back over in center ice, Mayolette dumps a pass back to Ezra Gale. He skates in with some speed, but then pulls back. Fullerton controlling the puck here as Gale skates all the way back into his defensive zone. Sends a pass up. Now skating in is Fullerton into the right corner, wrapping around, getting a shot on net, but it's deflected up into the netting, out of play by Orozco.
Orozco, nice save that time. And Long Beach State applying some neutral ice pressure that time on Fullerton. Following the scuffle, there's 2 men in the penalty box, and Long Beach State will need to play some hard defense to play out this final minute. Something that they struggled with against UC Santa Barbara. Bruce was getting it out of their own defensive zone, doing a much better job here through the first 5 minutes of the first period.
3-on-3 here, as you said, after that penalty. Parcher in this box alongside center. Long Beach skating into the offensive zone here. Pass sent into the middle. Still standing right in the point. Couple of players tied up. Rhodes trying to get it, but instead Fullerton comes away with possession. Stretch pass all the way up the ice. Doesn't get tipped. That'll go for icing against the Titans.
Yeah, and it was the Beach once again breaking through, just having one skater take it from the defensive to the offensive zone. There's playmakers all over this Beach team, and they've really started to establish their presence in the offensive zone against this Fullerton Titans team that has been very good this season, but so far are playing second fiddle to the Beach offense.
4-on-4 now, 33 seconds remaining on the penalties for both teams. Shot sent towards the net here, but over by Supanchek. Rolls around the boards, kept in by Alcala. He sends it back behind for Rhodes. Rhodes behind the net, tries to keep it. He does send a pass off the boards to himself. Now looks for a pass, puts it up towards Beaudry, but pass gets blocked, and Fullerton able to clear the zone. Lamb takes it up with a lot of speed, but it's sticked away into the corner by Theberge. Good stick there on defense for the Long Beach State defenseman. Rhodes tied up in the corner. Theberge there as well, and now it squirts over towards Orozco. He freezes the puck.
Now there's just 2 seconds remaining. Some anxious bodies in the penalty box for both teams, and Sean Menser's going to return to the ice for Long Beach State. He offers just so much dynamism in the offensive zone. Going to be happy to have him back to kill off the rest of this penalty and break forward once again, trying to break this deadlock here. Still 1 apiece in the 15-mile rivalry.
15:43 to go in the first period. Offensive zone faceoff here for Fullerton gets won by the Beach. Oki sent it around the boards, but it's not able to be cleared. Shot on net goes straight through off the stick of Czech. Fullerton sends it back around the boards. Awkward bounce, but John able to corral for Long Beach back behind his own net. Beach trying to clear, but another turnover, able to force it. It's center as he's back on the ice. Menser takes it away from him, and now Long Beach finally able to clear. Stretch pass up towards Nguyen. He gets it into the offensive zone, but Fullerton clears back into neutral ice immediately. Nguyen fighting along the boards. Now sends a pass over to Menser. He's got a one-on-one. Gets through a couple defenders, wraps around, sends a pass into the slot, but it's pushed away. Andalace, a nice play by Fullerton. Long Beach able to keep the zone, though, skating up near the blue line. Compton sends a shot on net, but it misses high, rattles around all the way out of the zone. Giving chase is Oki, but he loses it in neutral ice. There to pick it up is Paranal. He skates into the offensive zone for Fullerton. Sends a shot on net, but it's pushed away with the pad by Orozco. Compton clears for Long Beach State all the way down the ice. Didn't look like there was a tip, so they will call icing here. It'll be a face-off in the Long Beach State zone.
Yeah, and the physicality has taken a step up here in the first period. A lot of off-the-puck hits from both teams, and Kyle Oki, stars in his eyes off the centering pass from Sean Menser, nearly had his first goal for Long Beach State Club Hockey. Could not find the puck in double coverage. It was poked away. Now it's an offensive zone faceoff for Fullerton as they look to break the deadlock.
Tristan Lamb in the dot. He wins it for Cal State Fullerton. Shot right on net from Gale, but it's blockered away by Orozco. Still loose in front. Long Beach unable to clear the zone at the blue line. Lambert keeps it. Now skates through a couple players. Gets a shot on net, but it's sent out of play. Ramped up off a Long Beach skate and into the netting.
And Orozco, a double save, is able to deny the Titans that time. Just stays low, gets low, looking like a spider in the goal. Great defense from the Beach. They're not out shooting Fullerton, but they are out hustling the Titans through this first period.
7 shots on goal for the Titans compared to only 2 for Long Beach State. 14:27 to go. 1-1 in the first period. Long Beach wins the defensive zone face-off. Manluku pivots around, skates it out of the zone himself, sends a pass up into the middle for Parcher. Parcher into the zone, just able to keep it as he dumps it back for Gritano. Gritano sends a pass over into the right corner, giving chase is Hester, and then he sends it around the boards and out of the zone. Theberge tracks it down in the defensive zone for Long Beach State. Ernst sends a stretch pass up into neutral ice. Parcher skates it into the offensive zone towards the left corner. Parcher now back behind the net, continuing to skate into the right corner. Now it's pinned against the boards. Couple of Fullerton players there. Parcher squirts through him. Now a pass into the middle. It gets deflected, and Ezra Gale able to clear it out for Fullerton. Now here's a breakaway. McKay again already with a goal today, but this time it's saved by Orozco. Goes out of play, but a really nice job there. Liam McKay had nobody between him and the net, but Adam Orozco with a big save to keep it tied.
Liam McKay down Broadway had beaten out everybody past the blue line. Meets the right pad of Orozco, though. Another great save from the Long Beach tender. His 7th so far in this game.
McKay tried to go top shelf on the left side, but Orozco pushed it out of there with the blocker. Another offensive zone faceoff for Fullerton. They've had plenty of them so far. 8 shots on goal. It's tied up right at the right dot, and skating in to take it away is Manluku. Back behind his own net. Manluku fighting with the Fullerton player back there. Now it's in the right corner. Manluku still pinned against the boards. Now it comes out. Compton trying to control for Long Beach State. Parcher, now it's into the middle for the slot for Fullerton. Pass back towards there from the blue line. Fullerton now with a shot on net. It ramps out of play again. A good save by Orozco. It'll be another offensive zone face-off for Fullerton.
Orozco's making all types of saves in this first period. That time he gets low and tight. Blocker and stick side both near his chest. Able to get the deflection, and a line change coming for the Beach. Back on into the second line, and Ethan Rhodes returns in the center.
Seth Gale got the shot on net that time. Rhodes in the face-off dot. Going head-to-head with Webster, but Webster wins it for Fullerton. It's pinned against the left boards. Shot goes over off the pipe. It's behind the Long Beach State net. Rhodes sends it around the boards, but Fullerton able to keep it at the blue line. Behind the net, Andalace sends it into the middle. Another shot on net, but it's saved again by Orozco. He freezes this one in front of him.
Yeah, Fullerton's doing a really good job in the offensive zone of drawing Long Beach State away from the goal mouth, forcing them to defend up towards the blue line. Long Beach now struggling more and more with their defensive shape as the Titans have more offensive zone time. Orozco, another good save. He's up to 9.
It'll be Rhodes in the face-off circle again. 1-1 here in the first period. Cal State Fullerton making a line change. Had a couple of guys come on the ice, but it appears they weren't supposed to. Now Long Beach State wins the face-off. Rhodes, but immediate turnover, and then a shot ramps around. Just does stay in the zone for Fullerton. It's chipped into the right corner. And chased down there. Gale unable to keep possession. Long Beach State tied up around the boards. Still there fighting for it. It's pinned against the boards on the right side, and the half wall now comes out. Skating around is John. He sends it around the boards and is just able to clear the zone. Delayed offsides here for Fullerton, so they have to skate out. Long Beach State with it. Stretch pass from Supinchek up into neutral ice and then chipped into the Long Beach offensive zone. Thieberge chases it down, but they're able to control. Now tied up behind the net is Winterscheid. He keeps it in the zone for Long Beach State and sends it over into the right corner. Hit along the glass from Mankovetsky. Then a pass goes over into the right corner. Winterscheid giving chase again. Goes up near the blue line, but able to keep it is Supinchek. He ramps it around the boards. Rhodes picks it up on the left side now. He's tied up with the Fullerton defender, and it goes along the boards back behind the net again. Lambert controls for Cal State Fullerton, and now they go on the counterattack. Lambert skates it out into neutral ice and chips it in deep. A nice hit laid down by Supinchek in neutral ice. Still able to chase it down is Fullerton. On the half wall on the right side, center controls, but then he gets it taken away. A nice poke check from Mankovetsky as Rhodes tracks it down. Ethan Rhodes, the sophomore for Long Beach, goes on the counterattack. He skates right into the offensive zone. Now a shot from the middle is blockered away by Acevedo. Fullerton regains control and they clear the zone.
Yeah, Sean Menser rockets off the bench, nearly has an interception.
The defensive ice, Ernst has it for Long Beach State. Now a hit laid by center. Long Beach on the attack, shot sent into the middle, but it missed everything, and it deflects out of the zone off the boards.
Both teams have changed their lines. No changes coming as Long Beach now possesses inside their defensive zone. They have pulled the keeper.
It's a delayed penalty here against Fullerton on that hit during that last sequence. So Long Beach brings an extra skater on the ice. 10:50 to go. Long Beach with a delayed penalty chance, trying to get a shot off before the power play begins. Here's a toe drag and a shot on net from Thieberge. Gets blockered away in the left corner. Fullerton still doesn't have a touch. It goes all the way through the crease. And now controlling again is Thieberge. Still a delayed penalty against Fullerton. Trying to get a touch, and now it's chipped into the right corner. Long Beach still keeps it. Menser in the right corner. 6-on-5 here for Long Beach State on the delayed penalty. Back behind the net. Nguyen looks for a pass. Chips it along the boards. Menser pivots in the left corner. Tries to keep possession. Now dumps it back. Nguyen sends right back into the middle for Menser, but he can't control. And now Fullerton finally has a touch. It'll be a power play for Long Beach State with 10:09 to go in the first period.
Long Beach State able to run out nearly 60 seconds on the delayed penalty. Could not get a quality shot on net, though. Sean Menser, once again, the attempted playmaker, cannot find a centering pass. Long Beach State's offense operating mostly behind the net. That's where their best chances have come in this first period, looking for those centering passes.
Justin Center heads to the box for Cal State Fullerton. Power play for Long Beach State as we're tied 1-1 about halfway through the first period. Long Beach wins the offensive zone faceoff. Immediate shot is a little high from Thieberge. Ramps around the boards. Long Beach able to keep the zone. Thieberge over right along the blue line. Sends it a pass off the boards. John skates into the left corner. Tommy John looks for a pass, gives to Thieberge up at the point. Thieberge sends it over to the right side. Here's a shot from Compton. It's blockered just away, and now Fullerton able to clear the zone. Goes all the way into defensive ice. Giving chase is McKay, and stepping out of his crease, Orozco keeps it shot right on net, and that's a goal. Ezra Gale skated into the offensive zone for Fullerton as Orozco pushed it out of there. He was out of position, out of his crease, skated back in. The shot from Gale was way up high, but Orozco stuck his stick up in the air and actually deflected it into the net himself. So not a goal Long Beach was looking to give up there. It's 2-1 Fullerton.
Yeah, Orozco came out. The puck slowed down right in front of him as he attempted his first clearance, then could not skate back in time. caught in no man's land. And as you mentioned, Bruce, that goal goes off the top of his stick and into the top shelf of the goal. The second shorthanded goal we've seen in this game, and it gives the Titans a 2-1 advantage.
That shot was definitely bound to be high, but Orozco had his stick way up above the crossbar, deflected off his stick and into the net. Tough goal there for Long Beach to swallow. 2-1 Cal State Fullerton here, 9:30 to go in the first period. Long Beach wins the faceoff and neutral ice. Still a minute and 15 to go on their power play. Ethan Rhodes skates it into the offensive zone along the left board, sends a pass up towards John. He ramps it around the boards behind the net. Pass right back to John in the slot, but it's pushed away by Fullerton. They go on the counterattack. Another shorthanded chance here for Cal State Fullerton, but Long Beach able to get back and force a turnover in their defensive end. Stretch pass up to Tommy John in neutral ice. John skates it into the offensive zone, dumps it off for Nguyen. He gets a shot on net, but it ramps up high off of Fullerton's stick and into the netting.
Now, Long Beach State now with just 52 seconds remaining on the power play. They have not put a quality shot on net in quite some time, just 4 shots through the first 11 minutes of this first period.
52 seconds remain on the Long Beach State power play. Fullerton already with a shorthanded goal during this power play, and even 9 minutes to go in the first period. It's 2-1 Cal State Fullerton. Long Beach wins the faceoff. Rhodes controls right in the slot. He skids through a couple defenders, gets a shot on net, but missed it right. Fullerton unable to clear. Nice job gloving it down. Supinchek keeps the zone for Long Beach State. Supinchek gives to Rhodes. Back behind the net. He sends it towards the middle, but then Nguyen gives chase, and his pass up towards the blue line goes by Tommy John and back into the defensive ice for Long Beach State.
And an opportunity to change lines for Fullerton as John will possess behind the Long Beach net.
25 seconds left on the power play. On the right side in the defensive ice, Sean Menser sets it up. Now he heads into neutral ice with some speed. Menser skates it in himself. Skates into the right corner. Now back behind the net, sends it up towards the blue line. Here's a shot from Long Beach State. It just missed. It's deflected to the right off the stick of Tommy John. Rhodes still has it. Sends into the middle. Nguyen tried to tip it on, but now it's down in front of the net and covered up by Connor Acevedo. Another good save there to keep it at 2-1 Fullerton.
Yeah, better puck movement on the power play from Long Beach State over the final 30 seconds now. Just 2 seconds remain, and the line change will come a fresh 5 on the ice for Long Beach State.
2 seconds left on the power play. Long Beach will see if they can win this faceoff and get a quick shot before center comes out of the penalty box. It's Compton in the circle for Long Beach State, but Fullerton wins the faceoff. Compton gets a turnover, tried to send it into the middle. Here's a shot from Parcher. It's saved by Acevedo. And then Fullerton controls in their defensive ice. The penalty kill is officially done. Back onto the ice, center skates quickly into the offensive zone, sends a pass over towards the middle, but it goes all the way through and ramps around the boards into neutral ice. Pass off the boards up towards center on the left side, and neutral ice. Now he gets hit hard and goes down. Long Beach tips it. No penalty called, though. In neutral ice, Long Beach pressuring hard. It's pushed away by Compton into the defensive zone. Oki controls for the Beach. Pass goes up just out of the zone. Parcher takes it back now, sends it into his own corner. Center controls it for Cal State Fullerton. He's pinned up against the glass. Puck against the boards. 4 bodies there as they fight for it. Now it comes loose. Parcher in the left corner now gets tied up again. 7 minutes and 8 seconds to go. Now the puck comes out towards Nate Compton. He sends a pass off the boards over towards JT Hester, and Long Beach gets the clear. A couple bodies go for a change, but now skating in, and a shot on net from Parcher gets pushed away with the pad by Acevedo. Fullerton takes it right out of their defensive zone with some speed. Barlow into the offensive zone. Steps through a defender, now sends a pass towards the middle, but it's blocked by John. Now another pass into the slot, goes straight through the crease. Here's a backhand shot from Fullerton, gets tipped away by a Long Beach defender before it got to the net. Still rolling around in the slot, and then eventually controlling is Ernst. He sends it over towards the left corner. Compton tied up along the boards again. Now the puck got lost. We saw during the Junior Kings game that was going on before this one. It looks like there's some kind of hole over there in the boards, so they lost it again. They'll need a new puck.
Yeah, the land of no return for pucks is over there against the gate where both teams will exit towards the locker rooms. Has to be something down there that just swallows them up. So the referees will go to the benches, get a brand new puck. We'll see how many pucks this game requires. In that Junior Kings game, it was only 2, as the faceoff will be in Fullerton's favor in the offensive zone. 6.5 to go here in the first period.
2-1 Fullerton. Goes up near the blue line and leaves the zone, so Long Beach able to get it clear. They send it right back in, back behind the red line. Ernst controls for Long Beach and is able to get the clear. Skating back into the defensive ice, Fullerton controls it, sends a stretch pass up into neutral ice. Theberge pushes it out of there. Ernst giving chase, but now skating right in for Fullerton. They're able to send it into the right corner. Tommy John controls it for Long Beach State, sends it off the boards, but just able to keep the zone there is McKay. Nice play, but Long Beach recontrols on the left boards, gets it back into neutral ice. Nguyen gets his stick lifted, and now a shot right on net. Gets saved. Good play there by the Fullerton defenseman. It's 2-1. Long Beach State trailing by 1, and Fullerton gets another offensive zone faceoff.
Yeah, the momentum firmly in the Titans' favor here in the closing stages of the first period. They've had so much offensive zone time. And Adam Orozco, another good save that time playing catcher, catches the shot from near the blue line. Always looks calm, always looks ready, but Long Beach needs to get an attack going of their own. They have not been able to break their own zone in a few minutes now.
Tristan Lamb wins the faceoff for Cal State Fullerton. He's over on the half wall on the right side, but his pass into the middle gets picked off by Nguyen. Lifted up into neutral ice. Now a chance here for Long Beach State. Compton skating with speed. Backhand shot goes up and off the glass. Ramps around the boards. Compton couldn't get that one on net. Tied up on the right side, giving chases Nguyen. He's trying to lift the stick of Waster. And now Long Beach State able to recontrol. Nice job by Menser to skate in there and get it. Long Beach keeps the zone. Supanchek sends it in down low. Menser gets stripped. Now Nguyen giving chase and sends it along the boards to Menser. He gives it right back. Compton back behind the net. Sends it into the middle. Nguyen's shot is off to the right. Just missed there. A good job to create a chance. Now Menser lifts the stick and gets a turnover in the offensive zone. Fullerton recontrols, but now Compton pokes it loose. He gets it back. Sends it to Nguyen. His shot just missed high and right. Another good chance for Nguyen. Two of them in this offensive zone. Nguyen now tries to send a pass into the middle. It gets blocked, and Fullerton gets it out of there. No tip, so this will not go for icing. They wave it off. Now back behind his own net, Supanchek sends it around the boards. Compton tried to control, but skated right over the top of it. Now a hit going down to the ground is Hester. It's just in front of the blue line. Fullerton keeps it, but now a good stick by Compton pushes it into neutral ice.
Yeah, line change for the Beach. Their first line back on the ice, looking to close out this first period and find a goal. That's been oh so elusive, still trying to break out of their own defensive zone.
Supanchek sent it up towards Hester, but Fullerton dumped it right back into their offensive zone. John chases down in the right corner as the Titans go for a change. Chasing down is Hester in the left corner, and then he sent it right up and out of play.
Yeah, Long Beach State even trying to break their own defensive zone. The pass is not fast enough, and that was Robert Webster for Fullerton, who was able to apply some pressure and force the awkward pass into the netting. It's another offensive zone faceoff coming for Fullerton.
Webster against Boston Parcher on the left dot. 4:08 to go in the first period. 2-1 Cal State Fullerton. Webster wins it for the Titans. Andalace keeps the zone, sends it back behind the goal, giving chases Parcher. He's trying to control, tied up on the stick, and now a shot here for Fullerton gets pushed away by Orozco, back behind the net again. They try and wrap around, and then Orozco gets his glove onto it and freezes the puck. It's a good chance there for Cal State Fullerton as Orozco scrambles back onto his feet.
There's another turnover forced by Fullerton. They're having their sixth low and active. Long Beach State look a little bit gassed here. It's been a few weeks since they've been in this barn. Had a practice a few days ago. They look like they're running out of steam here. Less than 4 minutes to go here in the first period.
Parcher against Webster again on the faceoff. This time Parcher wins it and sent Webster right to the ground. Puck sent into the right corner. A hit lead by Parcher as he tries to recontrol, but instead Fullerton comes away with the puck. They send it around along the boards to Andalace. He pushes along behind the net. It's topped up in the air, giving chase for Long Beach's Winterscheid. And now they have another whistle along the right side boards. So it looks like
Puck might have gone up and out of play, but
no, they are going to call a penalty here.
ooh,
It's a cross check. It's going to go against Long Beach State. Going over into the penalty box. Trying to see who they called it on.
I believe it's Boston Parcher.
It is Parcher in the penalty box for Long Beach State. He gets called for a cross check along the right side boards. Now it's a 2-minute power play for the Titans.
Yeah, just 3 minutes, 33 seconds to go here in the first period. Big opportunity for Fullerton to take a strong advantage.
They win the face-off. Fullerton setting up their power play unit. Pass along the left side, skating in the left dot. Shot gets blocked here. Still keeping the zone. McKay sends it over to the right side. Stretch pass all the way across to the left circle. Now back behind the red line. Fullerton looking for an opening. Pass sent across, but goes straight through the crease and into the right boards. McKay tracks it down. Fullerton keeps the zone. Minute 30 to go on the power play. Puck up at the point. Pass over to McKay. He skates over into the left circle. Fullerton patiently looking for a chance here. Pass along the boards, back behind, sent back up to the point. Now over into the right corner. Fullerton composed here. Oki using his stick for some poke checks. Now pass goes over to the left circle. Pass across. Here's a one-timer. Missed high, up and off the glass and out of play. 1:05 left in the power play. It'll be another face-off in the offensive zone for the Titans.
Good patience from the Titans, and there's a matchup to watch down low on this power play. Justin Center, the senior center for Fullerton against Tommy John. They're both right in front of Adam Morozko, trying to block his vision on this power play as Long Beach sets up in a diamond defense. Fullerton still a minute to operate. They're going to run this power play down, try to get the last laugh here in the first period.
Compton and Center in the right circle for a face-off. 1:05 to go in the power play. Win goes to Compton. Long Beach ramps it around the boards and out of the zone. So the Beach able to get the first clear on their penalty kill. 2:30 to go in this first period. 2-1 Titans. They've got 50 seconds remaining on their power play. Gale skates it into the zone. Dumps it back for Lamb. He skates right in, but his shot missed. He lost his stick and now appears he might be shaken up. Lamb holding his right arm. He's going to have to head right to the bench for Fullerton. So they have a 4-on-4 for now as Lamb gets back to his bench. Now they get a new skater on the ice. Long Beach controls. Thieberge back behind the goal. Now a whistle blows. Onto the ice was the other Gale brother, Seth Gale. But that's something to watch for Cal State Fullerton. Tristan Lamb, their starting centerman, headed off with an injury.
Yeah, another change coming for Fullerton as well. We're going to switch out a few players for the final 30 seconds of this power play. Long Beach ramping up the physicality, hoping to kill off this power play, but it's going to get even tougher now. Another man heads into the box.
Noah Supanchek gets called for a penalty now for Long Beach as well. It's going to be 5-on-3 for Cal State Fullerton. 30 seconds remaining in the 31 seconds in the 5-on-3 before another 5-on-4 penalty begins. So Fullerton looking to add to their lead here. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the first period.
And 5 fresh skaters on the ice for the Titans. Long Beach will play 5-on-3 for 30 seconds.
Nguyen tries to clear but doesn't get there in time. McKay keeps the zone. In the right corner, Paranal sends it along the boards but gets stripped. Nice play by Menser as he's able to get up and clear the zone. Menser in neutral ice, now sends it back to his teammate, Thieberge, skating into neutral ice, dumps it back to Menser. And then Fullerton gets called for offsides.
Yeah, and Long Beach had pulled the goalie. There's going to be a tripping call against Fullerton. They tried to take advantage, but Fullerton does what they couldn't do early on in this period and gets a touch. So now it's going to be even more men in the penalty box. Penalty coming for Fullerton. It will now be 4-on-4 for 10 seconds. Then Fullerton will go back on the advantage. 5-on-4. So many penalties late in this game. Can Long Beach State capitalize now?
The senior Kai Paranal heads to the box for Cal State Fullerton. So for now, it's 4-on-3. 10 seconds remaining on the 4-on-3 for the first penalty for Long Beach State expires. Then it'll be 4-on-4. Fullerton wins the faceoff in their defensive zone. Stretch pass up to Seth Gale. He skates into the offensive zone. 2 seconds left on the first penalty, and now Austin Parcher heads back on the ice for Long Beach State. 1:26 on the 4-on-4. Back behind the net, Fullerton keeps the zone. They skate up towards the blue line. Ezra Gale keeps the zone, skates over towards the left side. Tried to draw a trip there, but looks like there will be one. So it's going to be another penalty against Long Beach State as Ezra Gale went to the ground.
Yeah, as soon as Long Beach thought they were going to be able to catch a break and have a 4-on-4, and then 20 seconds on the power play coming out in the second period. Called for tripping that time is CJ Thieberge. Left his stick dangling, and Titans able to sell the call, get back to now a 4-on-3 here for the final 1:17 of this first period.
Oof. Crowded penalty boxes on both sides now. Long Beach State with a pair of skaters in the box, Fullerton with one. But 4 penalties just in this last sequence. Back to a 4-on-3 for Cal State Fullerton. Long Beach wins the faceoff in their defensive zone and clears it all the way down the ice. 1:09 to go in this first period as that last penalty against Thieberge will extend into period number 2. Fullerton skates into neutral ice, right into the offensive zone. Now here's a shot. Orozco saves it. Back behind his own net. Compton ramps it around the boards, but Fullerton keeps the zone. Ezra Gale skating patiently at the short wall on the left side. Now goes back to the point. Shot from the slot. Gets blocked out of there. It's down in front of Orozco. He tries to get down to freeze it. Still no whistle, and now finally it'll blow. And now we're going to have a scuffle here. Oh, they're fighting back behind the net. after the whistle, there was some extra jabs being thrown by Cal State Fullerton right down onto the pile. And this is a full-blown melee back behind the net. Punches being thrown. Tommy John without his helmet as he was throwing some jabs in there. They're still tied up back behind the net. 39.4 to go in the first period as we've got some physicality opening up.
Yeah, the main point of contention here, the puck was down in front and Ezra Gale was not giving up. Adam Orozco thought he had it in his glove and Gale was still pushing on the goaltender. Long Beach with their 3 on the ice, still not giving up the fight. Full-blown melee, as you mentioned, Bruce, behind the net, but now all things seem to have calmed down. We've already seen a ton of penalties in the final 2 minutes, and both teams still not happy. Cameras are out in the stands. Everybody's trying to get a piece of the action as Long Beach State still finds themselves a goal down with less than 40 seconds to go.
Seth Gale is being skated out of the pile and straight to the penalty box. Going to be some penalties issued here. It was after the whistle that Gale continued to throw jabs down onto the crowd. Tommy John skating towards the penalty box, still with some words for Seth Gale on the other side. So John and Gale both go to the penalty box as they continue to exchange words.
Nate Compton's also going to be assessed a penalty here, Bruce.
The officials trying to work this out.
Are we going to have a...
Tommy John heading to the box.
This is looking like a 2-on-1, Bruce, coming out of all these penalties.
My goodness. Long Beach State with 4 skaters in the penalty box. Ezra Gale also going into the box for the Titans. They've got 3 skaters in their box. So this is some confusion on the ice. The officials crowded together at center ice trying to figure out exactly how this is going to work.
They're trying to figure out who can actually be on the ice for both teams. As it stands now, it would be a 3-on-2 off of this penalty. There's not enough room on the scoreboard for all the penalties that have been assessed over these final few minutes of the first period.
Depends if they're going to be calling just roughing minors or if they go for full-blown 5-minute fighting majors for the guys that were tied up back there. Looked like the main aggressors, Tommy John, was throwing punches for Long Beach State, and Seth Gale was also having to get torn off of the pile.
And when we say throwing punches, Bruce, we mean throwing punches. All the guys in the Long Beach State penalty box have asked for their photographer to come over and show them pictures of the fight. They're proud of their handiwork. The officials still have yet to figure out what penalties are going to be assessed.
I'm looking through the digital camera at everything that just went down from the penalty box. The 2 presidents are at center ice, Jason Andales and Kyle Oakey, discussing what's going on from either of the Beach and Titan sides.
Officials now having a conference with the Long Beach State penalty box, and Nate Compton telling Tommy John to sit down and stop arguing with the officials, trying to save his teammate from a 5-minute major penalty. So much to figure out as the packed out crowd here at Lakewood Ice has come to a halt, as has the game. We could be seeing a 3-on-2 coming out of this penalty, or possibly even fewer men on the ice.
Who knows? It's all going to depend on what penalties they decide to issue. We do know exactly who is in the penalty box right now. Kai Paranal, Seth Gale, and Ezra Gale in the penalty box for Cal State Fullerton. For Long Beach State, CJ Thieberge still serving out his penalty. Tommy John in there alongside Nate Compton and Noah Supinchek.
It all stems from the original tripping calls from a few minutes earlier in the period, and then the big fight behind the net with less than a minute to go. Officials still trying to figure out what's going to happen here. We mentioned this is going to be a rivalry atmosphere coming in, the 15-mile rivalry. These 2 schools, every single time they meet, every single sport, there's always some animosity. Just 15 miles separate the 2 schools, and we've certainly seen that rivalry atmosphere here at Lakewood Ice this afternoon.
It was a pretty quick move-in first period, and now it's come to a screeching halt. Bunch of penalties over these last couple of minutes on the ice. Long Beach had a pair of tripping calls against them that they had to serve out. Already killed 1 of those penalties. And now still 4 players in the box, 2 of them on additional tripping calls, and now another 2 in there because of the fighting penalties.
You can imagine that both these teams are going to want to have as many skaters on the ice as possible if they can avoid the 5-minute majors. Cal State Fullerton coming in off a big win against San Diego on December 5th. Long Beach State hasn't played a game in about 2 weeks after that loss to UC Santa Barbara. So 2 teams coming in with different energy in their legs, different fire in their bellies, and It's really ramped up here in the first period.
Still a long discussion being had. The officials working to figure out exactly how they're going to come out of this break.
The crowd here also invested to see who's going to be assessed these penalties. Saw during the fight, everybody got their cameras out. Everybody wanted something, and it looks like it's going to be minor penalties assessed on both teams. Our man down there on the PA booth, Justin Gantz, has a lot to read out. Probably a few paragraphs worth of penalty calls. We'll have him here for the first intermission break coming up after these final 40 seconds are played out in the first period.
We know these penalties will be extending well into period number 2. Only 39 seconds left in the first period as they're issued out.
It's a good thing we're going to have Justin up here for the first intermission. He can tell us exactly what's happening here and how it goes down from his perspective in the PA booth.
The officials have all been leaned over the walls trying to direct Justin exactly which penalties need to be announced.
Photographer down there towards the box, Ethan Cohen, member of the Long Beach Current, giving us a thumbs up in the booth. We know he's got some good frames of the fight. Some good frames from this first period as well. Justin Gantz is still reading out all the penalties, Bruce.
There were a few tie-ups in that last game for Long Beach State against UC Santa Barbara, but nothing to this scale. There's a bouncing puck that finished right in front of Adam Orozco, and he went face to the ice trying to cover it up. And then after the whistle already blew, there were still jabs being thrown down onto the pile of bodies from Cal State Fullerton. Long Beach took exception to that, as you can understand. Everybody jumped right back up onto their skates and began throwing punches.
As it stands now, Long Beach does have 3 skaters on the ice ready to resume play in a small huddle, as now the officials are going to have a conference with Fullerton and their head coach in his first year, Eric Burpenshow. And finally, we get a whistle from the officials. Looks like we may be finally ready to get back underway. These are two programs, Bruce, with a very proud history, both many, many decades of history. Fullerton Titans been around since the early 80s. The Beach, Lakewood Ice, not their first home, but they're more than happy to play out the rest of this first period. And the rest of this 15-mile rivalry, it looks like a 3-on-3 will be the action for these final 40 seconds.
3 skaters for both teams out on the ice. 39 seconds to go. They don't even have enough space on the scoreboard to exactly show all the penalties, so we're just going to trust it. 3-on-3 on the ice. An offensive zone faceoff for Long Beach State after the penalties are finally figured out. It's won by the Titans back behind their own goal. It's chopped along the boards. So the Titans control. 30 seconds left in the first period as they chip it up into neutral ice. McKay controlling for the Titans, sends it back into neutral ice. Long Beach able to get a steal. Boston Parcher has it, sends it back towards Orozco, and he tips it right up to Sean Menser. Skates around his own goal. Long Beach now with a breakout. 13 seconds left. They skated into the offensive zone. Parcher hesitating in the right corner now, gets it poked loose. Nguyen trying to track it down. Pinned along the boards with 5 seconds left. Menser tries to send a centering pass, but it's sticked away into the corner, and that'll put an end to period number 1. Right as Noah Supanchek skated out of the box. So who knows what's going on with these penalties and what we'll see on the ice for the second period. It's 2-1 Cal State Fullerton at the end of 1. That's the part we can be sure of, and we'll head to the first intermission with the Titans ahead by 1.
Yeah, what a fun first period. 2 goals inside the first 2 minutes. One of them shorthanded from Long Beach State, the other on the power play from Cal State Fullerton. Then Fullerton gets another shorthanded goal to close out the period before a major scuffle results in a bevy of penalties that we have yet to figure out. Justin Gantz will be up here in a few minutes to sort us out, but it ends first period here at Lakewood Ice. Fullerton 2, Long Beach 1.
Stick with us after a quick break. As JD said, we'll have Justin Gantz up here to give a first intermission breakdown, the Long Beach State Club Hockey public address announcer. So stick with us after the break, and we'll be back in just a couple. now.
Welcome to the 22 West intermission report for the first intermission. JayDe Beaudry, Bruce Kuntz, and Justin Gantz. We shouted out on the broadcast over those final few minutes. Justin, let's break down that first period. What did you see?
First period was obviously started out great for Long Beach State. Nate Compton got into the zone and ripped the shot home. And then almost like 20 seconds later, we saw a goal by Liam McKay from Cal State Fullerton, and he buried it to tie the game. Then halfway through the period, Ezra Gale buried one via shorthanded to give the Titans a 2-1 lead. And towards the end of it, a little scuffle broke out near the Long Beach end, and about 4 to 6 penalties were handed out with only 37 seconds to play. So it got chippy early on between these two bitter rivals on the ice. So Cal State Fullerton leads Long Beach State going into the second period by a score 2-1.
Yeah, you mentioned that these are two bitter rivals on the ice. It's going to be interesting moving forward. Do you have a breakdown of exactly what penalties were handed out? Who's going to still be in the box when we come back out?
Yeah, so who's going to be in the box for Cal State Fullerton will be Ezra Gale and Seth Gale. Ezra ended up picking up a 2-minute minor for slash and roughing, and then Seth picked up a 2-minute minor for roughing. And then over on the Long Beach side, you had Nate Compton getting called for a holding penalty, and then Tommy John getting called for a rough. Only one of those was a coincidental minor due to Noah Subinchek already being in the box for Long Beach State earlier as that play developed over on the Long Beach side.
Wow, so that's a lot to handle, obviously. Take us through the operation when you're down there as a PA announcer. Who's talking to you? How do you make sure you get all that stuff right?
So I have my statistician, Roland, who works with me. He's been working with me for a lot of games. Sometimes I'll have Will or Caleb come in to help me here at the rinks. So they will rely to me the information, and the refs will rely to them to rely to me, time to goals and penalties. But yeah, that's basically how I do it. And what I did last game was I ended up having a little sheet to write down all the penalties and the goals to help me remember them.
Nice. And what are you hearing from the guys? You're right in between both penalty boxes. How's that atmosphere as the PA announcer? Is it ever hard to focus?
Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But most of the time down there, it's very colorful. I can say that. So overall, I think that it does get chippy between the benches, but most of the time, it's a lot of fun just hearing the guys jaw back and forth with another. But overall, it's not really that hard to focus if it's pretty quiet. But when we get a goal scored or a big hit and I hear from the bench, definitely there's energy that I feel from those guys.
Well, Justin, we appreciate you for coming up to join us again, second straight broadcast. We've gotten you for the first intermission. Justin does a great job on the Long Beach State Club Hockey public address. So we're going to have a few more minutes to go on this first intermission.
We got one more thing for Justin Gantz before we get out of here.
What you got?
Justin, I saw on social media earlier this week, you got a brand new show with our very own photographer, videographer, storyteller extraordinaire, Brianna Wongsupanapon. Tell us a little bit about that.
So Brianna and I have basically started our own show called the LBSU Sports Show, where I'm going to be breaking down every Thursday the most recent Long Beach State sports news, whether it's men's basketball, women's basketball, upcoming NCAA 2025 defending champion men's volleyball team. I'll be talking more about that as that season goes along, and I'll be updating you guys every single Thursday with the most recent and latest Long Beach sports news and scores from the past week.
Nice. And then before we let you out of here, score prediction. How's the rest of this game going to finish? You've been here the entire season. You've seen these guys play. Second to last home game now. What's the final score going to be at the end of 3?
I think the final score will probably be a 4-3 win for Long Beach State, finding a way to score in the final minute. And obviously, that second period is going to start off really chippy like it ended in the first period. So I think it's just going to continue to build, and Long Beach State will get the win in the final minute. 4-3 scoreline. Goal scorer, Nate Compton getting a second of the game.
There you go. All right, that would be a great finish. So we'll have another about 11 minutes to go before the second period gets underway. Thank you again for joining us, Justin.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. All right, stick with us on 22 West Radio. We'll be back after the break in just a moment for period number 2 between Long Beach State and Cal State Fullerton. Puck about to be dropped in the second period between Long Beach State and Cal State Fullerton. Some club hockey here on 22 West Radio. Bruce Kuntz, JayDe Beaudry bringing it to you. It's 2-1. Cal State Fullerton ahead of Long Beach State. Still some players in their penalty boxes as the second period gets underway. After a big scuffle near the end of the first period, it's still going to be 3-on-3 to begin this second period, or actually 4-on-3. Long Beach heading out. So Long Beach will have a man advantage to begin this second period as they trail by a goal.
Yeah, Long Beach will have about 30 seconds of the 4-on-3 before it goes to 4-on-4, and then coming out of that 4-on-4, it'll be Fullerton with the advantage.
Calif puts it into the offensive zone, but Fullerton chips it out. In neutral ice, it's Menser skating back across the blue line. He's on the short wall on the left side. Menser sends it across for Oki. Oki gets a shot towards the net, but missed to the right. Goes off the boards, tried to send a centering pass in, but Fullerton intercepts it and gets the clear. Now a couple of orange jerseys chasing all the way into the offensive zone. Tracking it down is Liam McKay. He sends a centering pass into the middle, and that'll be a goal for Cal State Fullerton. Kai Paranol able to pick it up off the centering pass and send the backhand shot into the back of the net. Fullerton with another shorthanded goal, their second of the day, and it's 3-1 Titans.
Now, we mentioned at the end of the first period, Long Beach State looking a little leggy that time, coming off to get back to 4-on-4. It was the Fullerton rotation out hustling Long Beach into the offensive zone. A great centering pass and really a 2-on-none for Fullerton. Another shorthanded goal, and now they're up 3-1.
Not how Long Beach was looking to open up the second period. A shorthanded goal for Cal State Fullerton makes it 3-1. Another face-off at center ice, just 32 seconds into this second period. So it's 3-1 Cal State Fullerton. Long Beach wins the face-off. Menser takes it into the offensive zone. Skates up towards the blue line. Now spins around into the left circle. Got put to the ground, but no whistle blows. Fullerton able to get the clear. Pass in neutral ice over to the right side, and they punch it in deep off the stick of Webster. Rolls around the boards, and Supinchek tracks it down for Long Beach State. He sends a pass up into neutral ice for Menser, who dumps it off to Parcher. Parcher skates into the slot, skates through a couple defenders, and just missed to the right side on his backhand shot. Good effort there from Boston Parcher. Long Beach keeps the zone. Nguyen back behind. Parcher passes it over towards him. Pass gets deflected, but Nguyen tracks it down on the left side, sends it up to the point. Shot on net, just missed to the left. Rolls around the boards, but Supinchek keeps it in the zone for Long Beach, then gets it taken away, and Fullerton is just able to clear. Nice play by Liam McKay. Long Beach sends it back into the offensive zone, goes off the boards, back behind the goal. Parcher giving chase, almost got there. Now he's still tied up along the left boards, and he does keep the zone. Fantastic effort from Boston Parcher. Sent around the boards, though, by Fullerton from behind their goal and out of the zone. Supinchek giving chase on the defensive end, fighting with Justin Center in the left corner. Center chips it along the boards. Now it goes through Parcher, now back into the crease. And covering it up is Adam Orozco. We'll have a face-off in Long Beach's defensive zone.
Yeah, Long Beach yet to get a hold of the momentum as both teams are back at full strength now. Just 2 minutes into the second period. We saw in the first period, both teams traded goals inside the first 2 minutes. It's Fullerton with a heavy advantage. They've swung the momentum in their own favor. Now back at full strength, we'll see how Long Beach is able to adjust, get their top line back on the ice, and back in rhythm.
Cal State Fullerton has been applying pressure throughout this game. 18-7, they lead in shots on goal. Justin Center going up against Parcher on the face-off. It's Center who wins it. Tracks down the puck in the right corner, but then Long Beach able to take it away, trying to get it clear, and they just do get it out along the far side boards. Fullerton punches it back in. John tries to get it out, but Fullerton keeps the zone. Here's a pass over to Webster. He sends a centering pass into the middle, but it goes right through the crease. Long Beach able to track it down. Gritano steps through a couple, keeps it back behind his own net, and then sends a pass with the backhand over towards Tommy John. The defenseman for Long Beach steps through a couple Fullerton bodies, sends a long stretch pass into neutral ice, gets denied. Long Beach still keeps possession just in front of the red line. And now it goes back into the Fullerton defensive zone and track it down. Maillet back behind his own net as Long Beach goes for a change.
Yeah, but Robert Webster that time was able to force the turnover and get it back into the Fullerton Titans defensive zone, and now Long Beach applying some pressure.
Paranol now gets it taken away. Ethan Rhodes with the strip. Tommy John has the puck, sends it towards the middle, gets pushed away with the pad by Acevedo into the left corner. Rhodes gives chase again, tied up along the left side boards. Now on the half wall, he skates away into the middle from the slot. Rhodes skates in, but it gets pushed away with the stick by Acevedo. Puck deflects back behind the goal, and now Fullerton comes away. Liam McKay skating with a lot of speed again, right into the offensive zone. Skates towards the middle, gets it pushed away. Good stick from Tommy John, sends it into the left corner. Ramps around the boards up towards the point. Maillet controls for Fullerton, and then ramps it around the boards all the way over towards the right side. Trying to chase it down is man Luku. He's tied up on the right side boards. Fighting along with Novo. Now it comes out, and Long Beach is able to get the clear. Fullerton sends it right back in. Shot from beyond the blue line from McKay gets blocked, and controlling it right off the block is Theberge. Long Beach sends it out of the zone. Onto the ice, Winterscheid has a pass go right through him, goes into the offensive zone for Fullerton. Rhodes chases it down behind his own net and sends it ramping along the boards. It's going to go all the way through neutral ice into the defensive zone for Fullerton. Long Beach gives chase, but Fullerton gets the clear, sends it right back down onto the other side. Ethan Rhodes chases it down, a Fullerton player right at his heels. Rhodes' pass gets tipped away and kept in the zone. Good play from Sokola, and then Rhodes hit him hard along the boards. Now another hit laid down. Supancek goes to the ground on a nice hit from Cal State Fullerton. Goes into neutral ice, and now skating away. McKay with it again, and laying a big hit is Mankovetsky. Put a player to the ground right at the red line at center ice. Mankovetsky with a big hit, but now a penalty being called. It's going to go against Mankovetsky. They're calling him for a trip. He skates over saying he can't believe it. It's going to be another power play here for the Titans.
And Andrew Mankovetsky had only been on the ice for about 30 seconds, had come off the single chains for Sergio Grotano in the middle of the ice, looking like prime Ray Lewis. Catches a man going the other way, puts a shoulder down. He's going to have to serve his 2 minutes. It's another power play for Fullerton, and we mentioned it in the first half. The physicality continues to ramp up here in the second.
The penalties from that fight at the end of the first period all cleared out, so the only man in the box is Mankovetsky. 5-on-4 power play for Cal State Fullerton. Up at the point. They send it in towards the corner. McKay looks for a pass, sends it back up towards the blue line. Over to the right side now, skating in, right back to the point. Skating into the slot, now going over to the left side for McKay. He sends a centering pass in. It's chopped up in the air by Andales. Long Beach tries to get it clear, but they just do keep it in. Fullerton passing around in their power play set. Back behind the net, pass over for McKay. He sends it into the middle, but it's picked off. Compton skates it right out of the zone, right across into the attacking zone for Long Beach State. Tries to get a shot on net, but it's pushed out with the stick by Acevedo into the left corner. Compton still controlling it for Long Beach State, doing a nice job to take some time off this penalty. Now finally Fullerton recontrols it, minute 10 to go on the power play.
Yeah, Long Beach State has not been able to get a change going, still 60 seconds to kill off.
Pass up into neutral ice, gets sent right back. McKay back behind his own net, now skates out. Even minute to go on the power play. McKay skates it into the offensive zone. Dumps it back for center. Center along the left side wall, sends it into the corner for McKay. Back to center, now up to the blue line. Francos sends it over, then gets it right back at the point. Francos skates over to the middle, sends it to center. Center shot blockered away with the right arm by Orozco into the corner. Fullerton recontrols, sends it back up to the point. Sokol over to the right side. Now down low, pass into the middle. Gets saved by Orozco. Long Beach can't chip it out of the zone. Another 26 seconds to go on the power play. Fullerton applying pressure. Shot from Andales into the middle and gloved out of the air by Orozco for another save, and then he freezes it.
Orozco coming up big once again, has made 18 saves on 21 shots. That one a little bit more difficult than it looked. Took a tip on the way down, had to adjust his glove coming down, and Long Beach still 20 seconds to kill off the power play. They finally get a change. 4 fresh bodies on the ice now for the Beach.
13:51 to go in the second period. 3-1 Cal State Fullerton. Face off on the left dot gets won by the Titans. Push a pass up towards the point for Maillet. Sends it over to the right side for Frankies. Frank is along the board. Supancek chasing it down, but Long Beach unable to clear it all the way out. Maillet tracks it down. Nice poke check, and then it goes up into the netting. Good shift there from Noah Supancek as he gets it out of play. Still 1 second remaining on the power play.
Noah Supancek, where's number 67? The number change new to him this year. He's been active, getting physical here in this first and second period. Not a known goal scorer, but he's certainly been the enforcer tonight in the 15-mile rivalry.
Face-off won by Parcher, and now the Long Beach power play, or the Fullerton power play expires. Long Beach with a penalty kill. Pass into the middle, gets blocked away, and now coming out of the zone, Gritano with some speed for Long Beach State gets poked loose. Beach able to keep the zone. Parcher sends it into the left corner around the boards. Now skating in, trying to get there is Hester. He tracks it down in the right corner, tied up with a couple Fullerton bodies. Parcher in the area as well as Hester tries to keep it, but now the pass squirts out into the middle. Gritano with it from the slot, sends a backhand pass over towards the middle, misses to the left of the net. Now back behind, a hit laid down by Parcher. Fullerton controls, and they are able to clear the zone. Skating out Webster with some speed. Give and go. Webster gets it back in the middle, goes for a backhand shot. It's at the feet of Orozco, and now he covers it up. We've got another tie up after the whistle. They break it up quickly this time. Orozco with another save for Long Beach State, and it'll be a face-off in the Beach zone.
Yeah, Boston Parcher wanted a piece of Kai Paranel, as Paranel had gone for a double poke against Adam Orozco. Orozco, another good save, lost it down near his skates, but is able to prevent a goal. Long Beach successfully kills off the power play, and will make more changes now. Back on the ice is the second line, led by David Wynn.
It looked like that Orozco didn't immediately realize where the puck was, but looked straight down onto the ice and found it between his legs. Face-off at the right circle. Compton in there for Long Beach against Ezra Gale for the Titans.
Also back on the ice, Sean Mensker and Tommy John.
Compton gets booted out of the circle, so now the Win takes the face-off, and he wins it for Long Beach State. But then as it ramps around the boards, the Titans recontrol. Sokol back around. Titans keep the zone. Now a pass over into a shot, but Orozco gloves it out of the air again. Another save, and with 12:31 to go in the second period, it's another face-off in the Titan offensive zone.
Easier save that time from Orozco. That glove hand, his left hand has been active so far tonight. 21 saves now for the Long Beach Tender.
It's Gale against Compton. This time on the left side. 3-1 Titans. Long Beach trying to make a comeback. Their last game before January 30th as they take a break during the winter. Long Beach wins the faceoff, goes around the boards, pass up just beyond the blue line, so Long Beach able to get the clear. Fullerton recontrols and neutral ice and sends it right back in deep. John sends it around the boards towards Menser. He might have got a touch, but it skates, or it goes all the way over onto the other side of the ice, and it'll go for icing. If Menser did get a touch, it was before the red line, so either way, it goes for icing, and the puck goes all the way back into the Long Beach defensive zone.
Fullerton make their changes, a fresh 5 on the ice for the Titans. They've done well in this second period, at least for the first 8 minutes, Bruce, of continuing to apply pressure on the Beach, not letting Long Beach State get out of their own defensive zone.
Compton tied up on the faceoff from the left circle, and now he skates away with it. Sends a pass across for Nguyen, who skates into neutral ice right into the attacking zone. Nguyen now gets taken down along the left side boards, but no whistle. Hit behind the net from Menser, but Fullerton able to get the clear. Fullerton getting chased down. Puck deflects over towards the net, and Orozco covers it up. There it was Jason Andales that skated all the way into the offensive zone. The poke check sent the puck right over towards Orozco, and he freezes it.
Jason Andales, his 4th year with the Calif State Fullerton Titans program. Tommy John was able to prevent him from getting a breakaway. Good work from John. One word his teammates used to describe him as authentic. Always wears his heart on his sleeve. He's been active so far tonight. He was penalized late on in that first period and has continued to apply pressure defensively in the second.
Ethan Rhodes wins the faceoff now for Long Beach State. It's pushed immediately out of the zone all the way down the ice, and that'll go for icing. So Long Beach burns about 4 seconds off the clock, and then the puck goes right back down for another faceoff in their defensive zone.
Long Beach State still down by 2 goals after this game against Fullerton. You mentioned that game on the 30th. It's another rivalry here at Lakewood Ice, the black and blue rivalry, as Irvine comes to town. Another big game for the standings, as well as currently Long Beach and Irvine tied on 8 points apiece.
Off the faceoff win from Rhodes, it goes around the boards. Now it's sent right back into the right corner. Supinchuk tries to chase it down. Fullerton wraps it back behind the net. Getting there is Oki. He sends a pass up towards the blue line, but coming away is Gale. He sends a shot on net, but it's saved by Orozco again. The 26th shot on goal for Cal State Fullerton. Only 3 of them have gone through, but Long Beach definitely on their heels here in period number 2.
Yeah, the Gale brothers really have wreaked havoc offensively so far tonight. Ezra and Seth coming off. They play on different lines, but makes it easier for us commentators, harder for the Beach to keep up. They both have so much skill, so much pace in their skates, and It's another offensive zone faceoff for Fullerton. They have dominated the offensive zone time here through the first 2 periods.
Both the Gale brothers spent the end of the first period in the penalty box with roughing penalties. Fullerton wins the faceoff in their offensive zone here. Skating back behind the net is Ezra Gale, sends a centering pass, and Long Beach unable to get the clear as they tipped it away. Fullerton just does keep it in the zone. Now center skates around, sends it towards the middle. Another save by Orozco, and then Long Beach chips it off the boards and out.
Yeah, so much defense really has to have Long Beach State tired. They need to get their line changes soon. Get back into the offensive zone. They have not been able to win possession back.
Center gets taken down and put against the glass. Nice play there on defense from the Beach. Here's a shot, gets blocked away off the stick of Tommy John. Long Beach recontrols on the left board, sends it towards the middle. Rhodes giving chase, but controlling Cal State Fullerton into the left corner. The Titans able to get the clear. Center skates it right through neutral ice. John tracks it down in the right corner on his defensive end. Sends it along the boards. Down to wind control. Sends a pass into the middle. Picked off. Now here's a shot off the stick of Ezra Gale. Gets saved again by Orozco and sent over into the corner. Gale controls it again himself. Sends a pass towards the middle. Gets blocked by Long Beach. And they're able to get the clear. Mankovetsky had the tip there. Now he'll send it in deep. Long Beach goes for a change.
Halfway through this third period, Bruce, only 5 shots registered from Long Beach State.
Ethan Rhodes sends to the bench. Parcher providing pressure in the attacking zone after going for a change. And now he went spinning into the boards. Good to see him get back up, hit the boards hard. Puck in the offensive zone for the Titans. They get a shot on net, but it's saved by Orozco. Over into the right corner. Long Beach trying to go for a clear. It's right up near the blue line. And now they do. Here's a 2-on-1 for Long Beach State. Stupinchek gets the shot off, but it gets blocked by the Fullerton defenders before it gets on net. Chasing it down in the corner is Compton. Fullerton able to get the clear. Delayed offsides for Long Beach, and they send it in deep.
Yeah, 2-on-1, missed opportunity. Stupinchek right alongside Nate Compton. Stupinchek elects to go for it low and off the deflection. Compton can't get it to fall. Long Beach State, that's their best opportunity of the second period, and it goes begging.
Now back behind his own net, Liam McKay flipped it up and out of play. So it'll be a face-off in the offensive zone for the Beach.
Long Beach State looking for more changes here as well. Off the ice goes Boston Parcher. Looking a little bit winded. He's put in an absolute shift so far tonight. Sean Mensker returns to the ice for the Beach.
Face-off won by Nate Compton. Already has a goal tonight. Stupinchek sends it in to the right corner. Nguyen passes back. Long Beach setting up an offensive possession here. Compton tried to find Stupinchek up near the point. Was by himself, but the pass was off to the right. So it deflects off the boards and out of the zone. Sent back up the ice by Thieberge. Cannot connect, though, with Menser, and that'll go for icing.
Yeah, and as soon as Long Beach State had an opportunity to set up something in this second period in the offensive zone, the pass to Stupinchek is too far behind him as he's cutting towards the net. Just like that, Fullerton able to regain possession. Another offensive zone faceoff coming for the Titans.
9:03 to go in the second period. 3-1, Cal State Fullerton ahead. Long Beach trying not to drop back-to-back games against a pair of their rivals. Sean Menser with the puck off the faceoff. He sends it over towards the right corner. Nguyen gives chase. He is tied up along the boards, chips it over to the left side. Now Compton sends a pass right towards the middle, but it's blocked by the Titans. They flip it right into neutral ice. Getting there, Manluku sends it back over towards the Titans, gets blocked, but then skating away is Compton. Compton controls through neutral ice over into the offensive zone, sends a shot, but it's blocked over into the corner. Compton tracks it down by himself. John keeps the zone, sends it into the right corner again. Stupinchek, or Menser it was, that had his pass blocked. And now we're going to have a penalty, it appears, against Long Beach State. Menser skates over towards the box. So an offensive zone penalty, and Titans will go back on the power play.
Yeah, Sean Menser a little bit frustrated. He's missed a few weeks, went back to visit family during the break, and this is his first game. He was not in action against the Gauchos. Gets a little tripped up with Justin Barlow, leaves his stick, and Barlow makes the most of it, sells the contact, and it's another power play for the Titans. Menser now needs to serve 2 minutes, and Fullerton look to build on their 2-goal advantage.
Right after Menser got the pass away, he gets called for a trip in the offensive zone. Now a face-off in the offensive zone for the Titans. It's won by Justin Center, sent back up to the point for Gale. He wraps it around the boards, center back behind the net. Tracks it down and controls for Fullerton. Pass up to the point. They just do keep the zone. Goes right back to center on the right side. Center back up to the top. Deflection, and now Long Beach able to get the clear. Parcher sends a stick in and chips it into neutral ice. Fullerton skates back into their own defensive zone. Parcher continuing to provide pressure. Now the Titans turn up the speed. They skate right back into center ice. Center. Lost it along the left side boards, but now chips it in deep. Got hit by Parcher, but Fullerton still controlling. Pass up towards the blue line. They keep the zone off the boards. Long Beach now has a player in the neutral ice. Sent into the middle. Here's a one-timer. Missed right. Fanning on the shot there was the Titans. In the right corner, Gale wraps it around the boards to the left side. Oki gives chase for the Beach, but Gale gets there first and keeps it for Cal State Fullerton. Gale right in the left circle, sends it into the middle. Long Beach can't get the clear, and that looked like an own goal. Deflected right in front of the net off of Tommy John and back beyond Adam Orozco's outstretched pad. So it's now 4-1 Cal State Fullerton as they force an own goal on the Beach.
Yeah, it's Fullerton's 27th shot that might be the weakest one of the night. It's just poked into the middle, and Tommy John can't sort out his feet. It's off of his skate and past Orozco, who had committed to the near post. Power plays, Bruce, continue to plague Long Beach State. Fullerton, 2 shorthanded goals. Now a goal on a power play has them up 4-1.
As the pass slowly floated into the right near the crease, John fanned on trying to push it out of there. It went right off of his back skate after he missed as he tried to flip it out. Went right into the goal. Unfortunate own goal there for Long Beach State. 4-1, Cal State Fullerton ahead. Nguyen gets a clear. The puck slowly drifts into the defensive zone for the Titans, but they track it down behind their own net. They get pushed to the ground. Menser now trying to chip the puck off the boards. He comes away with possession. Menser looking for a pass. Now right in the slot, he lets a shot go, but it's gloved out of the air by Connor Acevedo. Sean Menser's made a good impact tonight in his return to the ice, but this time his shot doesn't get through.
Yeah, Long Beach State really started brightly in that first period. Their first minute of the game was probably their best minute, where they were able to take the lead and then relinquish it less than 30 seconds later. Fullerton has ripped off 4 straight goals, and Long Beach is looking for someone to step up. Sean Menser might just need to be that guy.
Compton won the faceoff in the offensive zone. Menser lets another one go, but it's sticked out of there and out of play by Acevedo. It's been a good night in goal so far for Connor Acevedo, the 5'9" senior. 11 shots for Long Beach State, only one of them have gotten by, and as you mentioned, JD, it was a goal for Nate Compton within the first minute and a half of the game.
Yeah, Connor Acevedo, talk a little bit more about the Fullerton Titans goalie. He's got Long Beach connections, played his youth hockey with Long Beach Shredders.
Face-off won by the Beach over along the left side boards. Pass up to the point for Supinchak. He gets it stripped. Fullerton back in their own defensive zone. Pass gets blocked, but then eventually makes its way out. Gale sends a centering pass, actually deked it. Now another centering pass, and they score.
Wow.
It's another goal for Liam McKay on a fantastic assist from Ezra Gale. They had a 2-on-1. Gale faked the pass at first, got Long Beach's defender out of position, then sends it across, and finishing it off, Liam McKay has his second goal today. It's 5-1 Titans.
Gale with a great dangle, faked out the upper deck here at Lakewood Ice and sent Supinchak to his stomach. Then the cross ice pass is able to find the man who's already got a goal tonight, Liam McKay. He opened the scoring, and now Fullerton have pulled away here in the second period. Still 6.5 minutes to go. It's the Titans up 5-1. How's that for the 15-mile rivalry?
A pretty connection between Ezra Gale and Liam McKay. Gale's pass goes right into a McKay one-timer and then to the back of the net. 28 shots on goal now for the Titans. They win the faceoff at center ice. They're ahead 5-1, 6:15 to go in period number 2. Along the boards, Ethan Manluku comes away with it for Long Beach State. Dishes up to Winterscheid. Long Beach now gets the clear. Manluku sends up towards Rhodes, and the pass goes over into the defensive end for the Titans. They send a stretch pass up the ice, and that looks like it'll go for icing. Indeed it will. The Beach will get a face-off in their offensive zone.
Yeah, we saw Long Beach State in a similar situation against UC Santa Barbara the last time they were here in this barn. They were down 4-0 late in the third period. Were able to stack some goals inside the final 5 minutes, make it interesting. They gave up an empty netter, ended up losing that one 5-3. They need that fight, though, to start now in the second period. They can't leave it as late as they did against the Gauchos. Still getting outshot 28-11 here. Less than 6 minutes to go here in the second.
Fullerton won the face-off at the right dot. Went around the boards to a shot from Manluku that got blocked out of the air before it got to the net. Now Fullerton trying to get the clear, and they do get it into neutral ice. Rhodes giving chase onto the near side boards right at the red line, and Fullerton is able to chip it in deep. Mayolette sends it on a backhand into their offensive zone. John tracks down for Long Beach State and sends it back for Winterscheid. He can't get the clear right in front of the blue line. Now it deflects into neutral ice. Fullerton recontrols, but now a pass gets picked off by Jacob Alcala. He sends it in deep for Long Beach State. Alcala alongside Winterscheid as they give chase, but Fullerton recontrols and flips it into neutral ice. John now hawking it down right behind the Long Beach State goal. Sends it back for his teammate who ramps it around the boards into neutral ice. You felt the missing presence with James McGuire not able to play in this one. Had a goal last time out against UC Santa Barbara, but Long Beach has tried to fill in the gaps there. Here's a chance for Fullerton. They skate in, send a centering pass, but it's blocked out of there by Roscoe. Still loose in the slot, and the shot misses left from Mayolette. Fullerton still controlling over to the right side. Here's a one-time shot. Goes up above the net and out of play. It'll be another face-off in the offensive zone as the Titans just continue to apply pressure.
Yeah, Jacob Alcala has done his job, not on the starting 3 lines. It was really him on the 3rd or 4th line this season, and he gets a few run minutes here on the ice. Gets the deflection back into the netting. It's another offensive zone face-off, though, for Fullerton as Alcala now exits.
Cal State Fullerton is on the second half of a back-to-back. They trounced San Diego yesterday, 13-3. Now ahead 5-1 here in the second period, 4:37 to go. Pass over into the left quarter for the Titans. Sokol chases it down. Now he's fighting with Stupenchek for possession. Coming away with it is Ezra Gale. Long Beach unable to get the clear, still in their own defensive zone. Skating back is Parcher back behind his own net. Steps through a couple Fullerton defenders and now sends a stretch pass up to Gritano. He goes across for JT Hester, who skates into the offensive zone. Dumps it in deep. He's fighting along the boards with Francos. Francos and Hester still tied up. Now the puck comes out towards the point. Shot misses up high from right at the blue line. Over in the right corner, Gritano trying to chase it down. Now a pass shoots over into the middle. Nobody home for Long Beach. Goes into neutral ice. Then they have to clear out and offsides gets called. Gritano was a little late getting back to neutral ice. So it'll be a face-off in the middle.
Yeah, unforced error that time for Long Beach State. Another line change coming as well. Back onto the ice comes captain, or that is Kyle Oakey in his senior year as well, playing one of his final 2 games here at Lakewood Ice, still searching for his first goal in a Long Beach State uniform. Nearly had one in the first period. Long Beach needs to finish out these final 4 minutes, Bruce. On the right note, though, still down 5-1.
Oakey and John, the defense pairing for Long Beach State. They win the faceoff. Goes over to Gritano. He gets a shot on net, but it's saved by Acevedo. Long Beach keeps possession along the half wall on the left side. Another shot just missed high. This time off the stick of Boston Parcher, and it goes out of play.
Boston Parcher has spent a lot of time on the ice tonight and has not been able to find the back of the net. One of the leading scorers of this team, had goals in 6 straight games coming into that UC Santa Barbara game. Looking for another one tonight, and one that could possibly bring Long Beach State just an inch closer to an incredible comeback.
Parcher off the faceoff, giving chase into the corner. Gritano chips it up, but now Fullerton controls, and they're able to clear the zone. Stretch pass over towards Parallel. Now a shot on goal and saved by Orozco. Shot that time came from right up at the blue line. It's going to be another face-off in the offensive zone for the Titans.
Titans just continue to pepper the offensive zone, and now some words being exchanged at center ice.
Got some shoves. Well, the puck was dead. So I'm getting into it. Justin Barlow and JT Hester. They're going to skate Hester over towards the bench. Won't be a penalty issued, but just some after the whistle festivities.
This is a senior-laden lineup for Cal State Fullerton. 8 seniors or graduate students in their final year with the program. They faced Long Beach State before. There is history between these 2 sides.
Here's a shot right in front. That's going to be another goal for the Titans. Off the faceoff, they skate it right over towards the crease. And you see exactly who that was that skated right in front of the blue paint and put it in on a backhand. It is their centerman, Justin Center. Skated over, went first from the forehand. First shot got saved, but then on the rebound went to the backhand and put it into the back of the net.
Yeah, now this game really is a lot to a little. We talked to Ethan Rhodes before puck drop, and he said this is how the matchup between these 2 teams went last year. Long Beach was looking to avenge that loss, and it's the Titans who have come out on top. Here in the second period, still so much hockey to play. It's Titans 6, Beach 1.
Nearing 3 minutes to go in the second period. Kailoki back behind Long Beach's net. Sends a stretch pass up towards Nguyen, who chips it into neutral ice. 6-1, Cal State Fullerton. It's been all Titans so far today. 32 shots compared to 12 for the Beach. Now a puck bounces over the stick of Tommy John, back towards Oki. Skates behind his own net. Long Beach have to try and get aggressive here on the attack. It's chipped into offensive ice, and Menser actually came up empty, so it's going to go for icing on the stretch pass off the stick of Oki.
Yeah, Long Beach just looking tired out there. They've had to play so much defense throughout these first 2 periods, less than 3 minutes to go. These 3 minutes are going to feel like an eternity. Fullerton not satisfied with 6 goals. They want 7, they want 8, they want 9. They racked up 13 in their last matchup, so they certainly know how to score, and they will not take their foot off the gas.
Compton in center, facing off at the left circle. It's the Titans who win it. Pass sent along the boards over towards Seth Gale behind the net. Gale skates it out. Now they keep the zone over towards Frankie's. He sends a shot on net, but it's gloved out of the air by Orozco. He freezes it, and it'll be another offensive zone face-off for the Titans.
Andrew Francos, the senior defenseman, one of those 8 seniors. His 4th year with the program, sends that shot just a few inches above the crossbar, but Orozco is taking no chances. He's now faced 32 shots on the night, led up 6 goals, and he was making some great saves in the first period, but it looks like the game is starting to slip further and further away as Long Beach still cannot get out of their own defensive zone.
6-1 Titans. Now the puck goes down, winning the face-off is Robert Webster. Sent up to the middle, another shot from the slot, gets saved. McKay skates around towards the right circle, gets it taken away by Compton, but he can't clear the zone. Webster recontrols, sends it in deep. Supinchek comes away with possession and sends it back to Menser. Long Beach, long stretch pass up towards Compton. He gets a tip into the left corner, chases it down in the attacking zone now. Compton skates around to the right circle. Still skating up to the point now in the middle, and he takes it right out of the zone. Nice poke check from Liam McKay. Back into neutral ice. McKay still hounding Compton as he skates back towards his own net. Compton moves around, now chips it with the backhand into neutral ice. Nguyen tried to give it right back to him, but instead gets stripped. Then it goes back towards Compton. He skates into the offensive zone. Sends a centering pass, but fanning on the shot is Nguyen. Another pass here. Supinchek with a good shot, but it's saved again. Now a big slapper from Nguyen, saved a 3rd time by Acevedo. Puck over in the right corner, goes into the middle, but before he can get the shot away, Winterscheid gets his pocket picked. Nice sequence there from Connor Acevedo in net for the Titans. Now they go on the counterattack right at the blue line. Titans able to keep it sent towards the middle. It's blocked by the Long Beach defenders in the middle there. Back into neutral ice. Chasing it into the offensive zone are the Beach. It's chopped over towards the right corner. Winterscheid tracks it down. Lays a counter hit. Puck still back behind the goalie. Now over into the right corner. Fullerton trying to chip it out. Gets up to McKay. He dumps it off to Webster. Poke check keeps it in the zone though. Nice stick from Tommy John. Now Fullerton able to finally clear it out into neutral ice.
45 seconds to go here. As bright as Long Beach has looked offensively all period long, can they finally get a goal?
Pass up to Hester gets picked off by Ezra Gale. Gale now sends it into neutral ice, but Ethan Rhodes gets a stick there, sends it in deep with the backhand. Puck rolls back behind the goal. Giving chase is Mankovetsky. Rhodes also there. Now it squirts over into the left corner. Rhodes picks it up at the half wall. Sends up towards the point for John. He sends it into the middle. It goes off the boards behind the net. Back in front, Rhodes with a nice physical takeaway. Keeps possession for the Beach. Back behind the net. Now Fullerton fighting for it and coming away. They will have possession. Pass goes up towards McKay, but a little long. Tommy John has it in neutral ice. JT Hester skates over towards the offensive zone, but now the buzzer sounds. It's the end of the 2nd period. It's all Fullerton in period number 2. They're going to go to the 3rd period, leading 6-1.
Fullerton dominates the 2nd period really from start to finish. They get the first goal of the 2nd period to go up 3-1 inside the first 90 seconds, and they don't look back. Now out shooting the Beach 32-14. They've got a 5-goal advantage. A professional 15 minutes is all that remains for Fullerton to close out another big win in the 15-mile rivalry.
6-1, Fullerton with 6 unanswered goals, and now we'll be coming back on the air momentarily. We'll have Ethan Cohen, the photographer, coming up to join us, so stick with us here after the break on 22 West Radio.
the team.
There we go. Before we have Ethan Cohen come on, we're here with Sierra, the Long Beach State Club Hockey social media coordinator. So obviously not the way that Long Beach has wanted this one to go through 2 periods, 6-1, but still some reason to be optimistic.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe, I mean, there's lots of fights. That's always good. Always gets the crowd going, so that's good. But other than that, we need to score more. So hopefully we do. But if we don't, it'll be okay.
Now, Sierra, you're more than just a social media coordinator for this team. You do a little bit of everything. During that fight in the first period, you were the photographer everybody was talking to down the penalty box. Can you take us through exactly what you do for the team? Because you do so much.
I mean, I kind of just go to the practices in the morning. I coordinate events that we do outside, with some school events. I know we're going to the Ducks game. There's going to be some surprises maybe at the Ducks game, hopefully for the guys. They are going to go on the ice and play some stuff, so I coordinated that. But other than that, mostly just videos, and I do all the social media stuff and talk to everybody and all the volunteers.
It's a strong social media presence for you guys, and when we were doing all of our pregame research meetings with Kyle and everybody, they kind of call you the team mom. What are your relationships mean with these guys, and what's it like to be in that locker room?
Honestly, they're like my brothers. I do not go in that locker room, so I stay out of there. But I see them like as my brothers are like family. It's very like back and forth. They say that I'm one of the guys. I'm not even a girl anymore, apparently, to them. But yeah, I mean, I've gotten really close to them, and it's really nice to get to know them. They're really nice, and they act like they hate everything and like hate everybody, but I know they love me. They love me. Trust.
Before we let you go, I want to see how well you know your family. We're going to do a little who's most likely to. Give us some superlatives about the guys. I'll start. We'll go back and forth on this. Who's most likely to be a millionaire on this team?
None of them, let's be honest. Maybe, I don't know. I actually have no clue, because none of them. I don't feel like any of them are good with their money, and I don't know, maybe Ethan Rhodes, but that was just like the first thing that came into my head, but I know nothing like how he works with his money, so.
Who do you think is most likely to be a hockey coach one day?
All of them. Definitely Kyle. I feel like he would come back and like definitely coach just like Paul. I don't think Ethan would. I think probably Compton. Compton would definitely be one of those yelling coaches that like never lets up. Kind of like he'd kind of be in the new Nick. I feel like, yeah, probably Compton.
Who's most likely to be that over-passionate parent that's yelling and coaching from the sidelines?
Compton. Definitely Compton. He'd be both. He'd be like, you're playing, and I'm going to coach, and I'm going to be the over-passionate parent. Yeah.
We just had Thanksgiving. Who's most likely to eat the most at a Thanksgiving dinner?
David Manluku. He's going to hate me for that, but yeah, I have a video of him like, I think eating like a taco or something both at once. And yeah.
All right, who's most likely to forget all of their equipment?
David Ernst. I think he has forgotten one sock once. He's forgotten his jersey. And I'm pretty sure he's probably forgotten more things, but like hides it until like it calls somebody to go get it at his house so then like he doesn't get embarrassed. But he actually forgot both of his socks on the first road trip and had to wear like these weird like socks that the team gave them. So I don't know, but definitely David.
Nice. Okay, I think that'll do it for our intermission. You killed it. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining us
you.
today.
Thanks for joining us, Sierra.
Yes.
We will be trying to track down Ethan Rhodes now and trying to be back for the second half of our intermission report. 12 minutes remain until the third period gets underway. So stick with us here on 22 West Radio. We're back here with Ethan Cohen, the Long Beach current photographer and one of our good buddies at all of the Long Beach State sports coverage. So Ethan, so far hasn't been the greatest result for Long Beach State, but what have you seen so far, and do you think there's a chance for a comeback?
Well, certainly it's a hard one for them. I mean, I remember the last game we were here with UCSB. It was a struggle for them to kind of pick up their own attitude sort of in the middle of the game. Once they get down, it's hard for them to come back. They kind of get on themselves. 6-1 end of the second period. I'm really hoping that they could pick it back up, but they seem to be really on themselves right now. Their defense seems to be really lacking. I mean, how many shots on goal? You've got 32 to their 14 shots on goal. Fullerton is about doubling up on them. They had massive possession in Long Beach's zone for most of the second, so it might be a hard comeback in the third, but you never know what they're doing in the locker room.
Nice. All right, so you shoot all kinds of sports, right? You've been all over for Long Beach State. Where does hockey rank among the sports to photograph?
Honestly, I think it's one of my favorites. Other than the rinks being a bit of a hard place here at Lakewood Ice, it's super fast-paced, super fun. The access that I get within the penalty box or the corners to be able to shoot, there's nothing that matches it. The energy, it's kind of crazy, especially when they're winning. It's a lot of fun. When they're losing, I mean, they get upset. You get to see a lot of fights. They take it out on the other team, which as a photographer, I mean, for us, that's exciting. For the team, maybe not so much.
Nice. Now, who are some of the best guys to shoot? Every photographer has like their favorite subjects. Who are some of the guys who are the most photogenic on this team?
Oh, this team, ooh, I mean, shoot, Boston or Compton. I mean, they have a lot of emotion with them. These guys are crazy. I mean, they're upset, they're happy. I mean, take your pick of the day. It depends on the game, but they show a lot of emotion. They're a lot of fun to shoot.
And take me through your process. When you're down there, what are you looking for to shoot? When are you deciding to move to a different spot? Like, what's your process on game day?
Yeah, totally. It really depends. I mean, I have sort of a pattern coming here. It's a little bit different because we've got a big pole right in the middle, so I'm kind of blocked off of half the rink when I'm in Long Beach's penalty box. But I would say that the difference here is at least the lighting's okay enough. I'm really looking to get my main action shots first, and then especially when they're scoring, you're trying to get any sort of emotion that they're kind of emitting. And if they're getting scored on, try to get them when they're frustrated. You just, sports is a very emotional game, and I think that's kind of the best sort of photography that I can get here. Pertaining to whenever I want to move, it really depends on the possession, or it depends on where the puck is, right? That's where all the players are. I mean, in the first, there was a massive fight, and I was just on the wrong side. And there's nothing you can do about that, but, I already walked over and I caught a little bit of I'm still arguing, but yeah, some of it's luck. Another bit of it is just, skill. You're doing it over and over again. You kind of get to know where the spots are, and you work with what you're given, right? Lakewood Ice is a bit of a limited rink, just like the Pyramid is. You're not really given everything at all times, but you try your best and you get what you can get.
Yeah. Nice. So you don't just shoot sports, you shoot everything. You've done it all for the current. What drew you to photography in the first place, and where do you hope to go? Give the people a little Ethan Cohen biography.
Well, I definitely didn't start in news. I would say I actually did start shooting sports. I needed a photographer when I was shooting when I was writing my baseball stories. I had nobody to actually come out and shoot the games, but I decided, I'll pick up a camera for myself. It's a nice Canon 7D Mark II, a DSLR. Never knew how to use it, but I ended up just going to a baseball game, taking notes on my notepad while also shooting the guys that are playing. And eventually I kind of just graduated into shooting more than just sports, kind of pushed into news, especially the breaking news. I mean, I feel like that's what sports and news have in common. It's just a lot of exciting, a lot of action. And so honestly, if there's one thing that I do like to shoot, it's a lot of action. It's a lot of excitement, the emotion in things. I'm not a slow type of guy. Nothing in the studio, that's for sure.
Big time award winner this past college award season in Washington, D.C. Thank you for joining us, Ethan. It's always great to talk to you
guys.
Yeah, we'll be back in 6 minutes for the third period. Long Beach trying to make a comeback against Cal State Fullerton, so stick with us. Puck about to be dropped in the third period between Long Beach State and Cal State Fullerton. It's 6-1 Titans here in this club hockey matchup. Bruce Kuntz JayDe Beaudry on 22 West Radio. Long Beach trailing by 5 and trying to at least come out and regain some momentum.
Yeah, Long Beach State, a team that does not roll over easily. They have not lost back-to-back games all season long, but this Fullerton team, after dominating the second period, they're out shooting Long Beach State by a factor of 2-1 at this point, 32-14 on the board. Long Beach needs to put together 20 solid minutes of hockey. Down by 5, they're down, but certainly not out. Long time left to play here at Lakewood Ice.
Face off in center ice, won by Fullerton, but Nguyen chases it all the way into the corner. There, right behind him, is Menser. He sends it along to the short boards on the right side into the middle. Nguyen can't control, and Fullerton able to get the clear right in neutral ice. John chops it right across for Nate Compton. The centerman for the Beach. Compton sends it over back towards Nguyen on the left side. Nguyen now hesitates, sends it over towards Menser, streaking into the zone. Deflects over towards the right side. Fullerton recontrols. They're trying to get it clear, and they do tip it into neutral ice. Right there, though, is Menser to regather it. He tips it up to Nguyen. Nguyen sends a pass off the boards over to the right side towards Compton. Deflects off the boards and in behind the goal. Menser giving chase, deflects a pass, but now Fullerton able to recontrol behind their own goal. Menser picks it off again, a second time he's providing pressure on the pass. Right in the corner, Menser skating along the boards, dumps it off to Nguyen. Nguyen tries to send it right back, but gets it taken away. Supinchek now on the ice for Long Beach State, waiting at the point. Menser still skates it around, sends a pass into the middle. Nobody home, though, for Long Beach State. They're able to keep the zone as Menser tracks it down along the right side. Nguyen behind the goal. Over a minute into this shift. Here's Menser getting a wrister right off the post, off to the left side. Menser just missed that one. Had some daylight, but couldn't get it through. Compton behind the board sends it back towards Nguyen, and his backhand shot gets covered up and saved by Connor Acevedo.
Solid 60 seconds spent in the offensive zone for Long Beach State, and now they're going to change their lines. Fresh bodies all around the ice now, and really good shift from that top line to stay in the zone. Put together 4 solid opportunities off of 4 picked off passes. Fullerton now looking like they're on their heels. Long Beach out of this offensive zone faceoff, though, needs a goal, need it fast.
91-second shift to open up this third period is a good one, but Long Beach still can't get on the board. It's 6-1 Fullerton here, minute and a half into the third period. Pass down along the goal line. Here's a shot that goes wide from Gritano. Ramps around the boards and all the way into neutral ice. Long Beach recontrols it there. Theberge with a pass over towards Supinchek. In neutral ice, Gritano takes it right near the blue line and gets chopped right back. Theberge now sends it around the boards in deep. Wraps around towards the right corner. Giving chase is Parcher. He gets there first. Parcher pinned around the boards. Now it gets ramped back behind the goal. Long Beach tracks it down. Pass goes up towards Manluku. Manluku gets stripped. Here's a 2-on-1 for Fullerton. Andales moves into the offensive zone. Skates through one, but good pressure from Supinchek. Sends it into the corner. Supinchek recontrols. Coming away from the pile-up. Now it's Parcher with the puck. He can't get the clear, though. Fullerton takes it back. Now a pass into the middle. Getting stripped. Gritano with a good stick there to prevent a shot. It's put over back into the left boards. Parcher tracks it down and sends it into neutral ice.
Good work.
Delayed offsides here for Fullerton.
And good work from Seth Gale to get into a good position, and even better from the Long Beach defenses. Now they look to turn defense into attack.
Noah Supinchek skates into the offensive zone. Dumps it off for Nguyen back on the ice quickly. Nguyen gets crunched into the boards as it's in neutral ice and lifted into the offensive zone by Long Beach State. Frankie's tracks it down behind his own goal. Sends it wrapping around the boards, but the Beach keep the zone. Gale skates back to his red line, sends it up to the middle, and Compton couldn't stop a bouncing puck. Delayed offsides for the Beach. They chop it in deep. John giving chase. Now along the boards, Manluku tries to keep the zone. He does. Tries to send a pass into the middle. It gets blocked. Now right there, Nguyen takes it back. This has been a good start to the third period for Nguyen. Pass over. Now here's Menser getting a shot on goal, but it's saved again by Connor Acevedo. He's had a good game in net. 17 shots on goal, and only 1 has gotten through for the Beach.
And Sean Menser once again trying to be the playmaker for the Beach. Knifes through 3 orange shirts and is able to rip a shot from point-blank range. Connor Acevedo stays home, gets low, puts all of his power behind that shot, and is able to pull off another save. 15 on the night for the Fullerton Tender.
Offensive zone face-off won by the Beach and goes into the left corner. Compton trying to chase it down. Gets sent wrapping around the boards to the right side. The half wall on the right side, it goes up towards the blue line, and John is able to keep the zone. Now John skates over, gives a pass down beyond the back line. John on the backhand pass into the slot, but nobody's there for the Beach. It's carried right out by Fullerton. They skate right across into their offensive zone. Here's a shot on net, gloved out of the air and saved by Adam Orozco.
Adam Orozco on the other end, he's been so busy tonight. Yes, he's lit up 6 goals, but he's faced now 33 shots as both teams will change their lines. Long Beach looks tired coming off the ice. They've had to play so much defense. Do they have anything left in the tank for these final 16 minutes? It's been a bright start offensively, but if the goals don't come, it's all for nothing.
Justin Center wins the faceoff for Fullerton in the offensive zone. Ezra Gale trying to chase it down the half wall on the right side, but coming away instead is Gritano with the puck. Delayed offsides for Fullerton. Long Beach tracks it down in their defensive zone. Long stretch pass up the ice, though, without a tip. And that'll go for icing against Long Beach State.
Missed opportunity there for the Beach to string a few passes together, and we've seen that a few times tonight where the Beach have an opportunity to break forward, put Fullerton under pressure, and it's these dump passes that just miss the man cutting forward that result in an offensive zone faceoff instead for the Titans.
Faceoff won by Long Beach State. Skating backwards, they try and get the clear, but Gale takes it away. Now Long Beach able to lift it out into neutral ice. 6-1 Titans, just about 5 minutes into this third period. Supinchek in the defensive zone sends a pass along the boards, trying to find Manluku. Manluku gets there, but he lost it right into the middle. Thankfully, nobody home for Fullerton as Parcher chases it down, sends a pass up the ice, skating into neutral ice, and now into the offensive zone are the Beach. Can't get the shot away, though, and now along the boards, a little jab being thrown, but no whistle comes in. Fullerton able to get the clear. Ezra Gale sends it over to McKay. He skates it into the offensive zone and lifts it over towards the net. Goes off the boards that missed left. Now Manluku lost it along the right corner. Fullerton keeps the zone, sends a pass into the middle, but it's taken away by Noah Supinchek.
Noah Supinchek will drive forward and watch for JT Hester. He's been physical as he's been on the ice.
Tried to send a pass over to Hester, but missed him as it was tipped away by Gale. Fullerton recontrols, sends a pass into the middle. Long Beach can't keep the zone, just skipped over the stick of Gritano into neutral ice. Pass goes up. Now on the right side, Fullerton takes it away and skates back into their own defensive zone. Tristan Winterscheid back on the ice for Long Beach State. Along the boards, Rhodes keep the zone for Long Beach State, sends it into the left corner. Fullerton ramps it around the boards. Pass is going to go for a clear. Ezra Gale gets it up to his teammate. McKay now skates into offensive ice, dumps it off to his teammate, and he puts it in. It's 7-1. Cal State Fullerton scoring this time as Robert Webster. The breakaway goes from McKay to Webster and into the back of the net. It's 7-1 Titans.
And Liam McKay once again involved in the offense. 2 goals, 1 assist now, and it's a primary to Robert Webster, who gets himself in on the party for the 7th Fullerton goal of this matchup. And Bruce, we mentioned as good as Long Beach State had been to start this third period in their offensive zone time, it all means nothing. If they can't put it in the back of the net, Fullerton go the other way. It's against the run of play. Now the Fullerton Titans have a 6-goal advantage with 14 minutes to go.
Long Beach State went up 1-0 just about 90 seconds into the first period. Now 7 unanswered goals from Fullerton ever since, as the Titans way in the driver's seat of this one. The attacking zone for Long Beach State goes back out into center ice. Ethan Rhodes skates around, waits for his teammates to clear, and now dumps it in deep on the right side. Rhodes giving chase. It's chopped along the boards to Winterscheid. Winterscheid now behind the net, tries to send a pass into the slot, but it's picked off. And carrying out of the zone is Andales. Sends a pass along the boards. Tommy John gets there first, though, for Long Beach State. He controls and flips it up towards Alcala. Alcala just does get the clear and sends it into neutral ice. John giving chase again. Now it goes back into the defensive zone. Fullerton controlling. They send it along the boards, but it's deflected, kept in the zone by Long Beach State. Tie up with 4 players along the left corner. Now they pass it up to the point. Ernst sends it across. Pass into the middle. Here's a couple of shots. It's still on the rebound out in front, and now finally Acevedo able to cover it up and freeze the puck. Couple of chances there for Long Beach State in the slot, but they still can't get it by.
Golden opportunity for Tristan Winterscheid. He finds himself all alone in the crease. The puck falls right to him. He whiffs on his shot. He was the guy. He was the man who got the scoring started against UC Santa Barbara, and that late comeback just could not get his stick around the puck, and now he heads off to the bench alongside Roscoe and Ethan Rhodes, a line change for the Beach, and that was a big opportunity to get a goal back.
Nate Compton takes the face-off for Long Beach State, ties it up, but Nguyen can't get there in time. Fullerton back behind their own net. Pass intercepted, though, by Compton. He flips it over to Nguyen, goes straight through him. Now Menser sends it back to Nguyen in the corner, and it's chopped out of the zone by Fullerton. They intercept the pass. Oki tracks it down in neutral ice, sends a stretch pass up to Nguyen, back to Menser. They can't get it into the zone, though. It's taken away by Andales. He flips it up right back to Oki for the Beach. Oki sends it over to Compton, and he, again, can't get it into the zone. Taken away by Andales. He skates it into the attacking zone for Fullerton. Long Beach gets in the way. Oki can't control it, though. Now a shot just missed right. Ramps around the boards and into neutral ice. Oh, no, it just got stopped. It might have caught the boards there. Compton skates away with it for Long Beach State. Good stick from Andales. Keeps it in the zone, but now it's Menser controlling for Long Beach State. Titans went for a change. Now Menser skates it out into neutral ice. It's taken away again by Fullerton. Good stick work here by the Titans. Gale gets stripped to neutral ice. Menser skates over, gets a shot away, but it's blocked right over into the boards by Frankie's. Long Beach keeps the zone. Supinchek skates from the point. Dive into the ground. Fullerton able to get a strip. Puck sitting motionless just in front of the blue line. And now the Titans able to get the clear, and a penalty will be called. Looks like this will go against Long Beach State. Menser and Supinchek both in the area, but it's Menser who had his stick get up high, took Seth Gale to the ground, and now Sean Menser will be heading to the penalty box.
Yeah, second penalty for Sean Menser, and it's the second of the same variety. Menser with a shake of his head as he heads to the penalty box. As you mentioned, his stick just gets caught up in Gale's breadbasket, and 2 minutes for Long Beach State to defend. It's been the power plays that the Titans have been able to capitalize all night long, and another one coming if this result stands, Bruce. So with Beach already down 7-1, it would be their second largest defeat of the season.
Sean Menser to the box for 2 minutes. 5-on-4 penalty or power play for Cal State Fullerton. They're controlling up at the point. Now one-time shot goes straight through, missed to the left. Ramps are on the boards, but Fullerton keeps the zone. They send it up to the middle, now right back to the left side. Pass to the left circle, Tommy John defending. Now pass goes straight into the middle. A couple of shots on goal, but they're both saved by Orozco, and then Long Beach lifts it out of the zone. Good chances there from Justin Center from right in the slot.
Yeah, Center was in the right spot at the right time. The Beach just crowd around Orozco, try to prevent.
Fullerton skates it into the offensive ice with some speed. Taken right away, though, by Compton. Whistle blows. It's going to be, looks like another penalty here. I believe this one will go against Fullerton.
We're going to see if Jason Andales would be the man called for tripping. Instead, it's going to be a 5-on-3 for the Beach as David Nguyen is penalized.
It's going against Long Beach State. So David Nguyen heads to the box. He gets called for a trip.
There were a few sticks down on the ice that time that got tangled up in skates, and David Nguyen just loses out.
5-on-3 now for Cal State Fullerton. They're already ahead 7-1, 11 minutes to go in the third period. Fullerton trying to take advantage of a two-man advantage. Pass up to the point. Now down low, Center, just in front of the right circle. Skates it up to the dot. Now gets a soft shot on net. It's blocked out in front. Rebound now. Second chance. The goal comes off its hinges. So they blow it dead. Good job there by Orozco to prevent that puck from getting through.
Yeah, Orozco gets a really soft shot into his pads from Andrew Franco's. Puck pops right up in front of Orozco, and as a few players collide, trying to find the finish, and the Beach trying to defend. The goal comes off its uprights, and the referees now need to put the plugs back into the ice, get the goal frame back on track. It's going to take a second, but quick work from the officiating crew. It's still going to be 5-on-3 for another minute and 3 seconds for the Titans.
Fullerton wins the faceoff. A minute to go on the two-man advantage. Skating up at the point. Long Beach collapsing. Now at the left circle, they go over to a one-time shot. It's blocked out of there before it gets through. Good job by Parcher to get in the way. Now a pass into the middle gets chopped up in the air. Parcher gives chase towards the right corner and gets the clear. Sends it all the way down the ice to Acevedo in the Fullerton net. 35 seconds to go on the two-man advantage. Fullerton skates it into the offensive zone. It's dumped back to Censor. Censor sends over into the middle. Shot from the slot. Gets blocked. Nice job by Compton to get in the way, and it'll deflect out of the zone. Now Compton physically chases it down and sends it into the offensive ice. Long Beach trying to go for a change now. We'll get another whistle blowing. This is going to be a penalty against Cal State Fullerton. So a great job by Nate Compton to apply some pressure there. He's getting applauded by his teammates and coaches as he heads to the bench.
Yeah, Nate Compton, the man who opened the scoring tonight for Long Beach. It's center on center as Nate Compton goes right into Justin center. Laid down the shoulder in center, grabbed a fistful of jersey. So now Long Beach with a bit of a reprieve. Just 17 seconds to kill off now on a 5-on-3 advantage. They're going to have 54 seconds to kill off on the power play. And then if Long Beach State is able to hold off, they'll have a power play of their own. Just under a minute to go if Long Beach State can hold on.
It's going to be 3-on-3 for 17 seconds. Then it'll be the Beach with a 4-on-3. Long Beach wins the offensive zone face-off, but then the pass goes right into neutral ice. Under 10 minutes to go now in the third period. Pass flown up the ice from Gritano. Icing gets waved off, goes over into the right corner. Barlow chases it down for Fullerton. He's tied up with Noah Supinchek. Now along the boards, Supinchek keeps the zone. Chases it down the right corner again, but Fullerton sends it wrapping around. Gritano gets there first along the left boards. He keeps it, but then skates it right into neutral ice. Long Beach now with 4-on-4. 13 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4 before it goes to a Long Beach State power play.
Long Beach State has successfully killed off the 5-on-3.
Here's a shot from Menser right in the middle. Gets blocked away by Acevedo into the left corner. And now the penalty for Long Beach expires. This will now be a power play for the Beach with a minute remaining. Supinchek skates up into neutral ice, gets his pocket picked by Parenthal. Long Beach takes it right back, but a nice job to stop the breakaway there from the Cal State Fullerton winger. Stretch pass long way up the ice, up to Nguyen. He skates right in, dumps it back, but nobody home. Frankie's has the takeaway for Cal State Fullerton.
And the Titans bench gets loud, letting Long Beach know they cannot get past the Titans.
35 seconds left on the power play. Titans lifted up out of the zone. McKay giving chase, but Manluku gets it over to his defense partner, Oki. Now in neutral ice, Compton skates it up into the offensive zone for the Beach. 20 seconds remaining on the power play. Compton fanned on the pass. He's trying to go across for Manluku. Tied up back behind the goal. Sent wrapping around, but Manluku keeps the zone. Now he sends one towards the goal, and that'll be a goal for Long Beach State. Manluku sent it in tight, and it gets tipped in from right in front of the net. I believe it's going to be Nate Compton who gets credited for the goal. Nice job by Manluku to set it up, and Compton tips it right in. It's 7-2.
Nate Compton doing his best Joe Pavelski impression, hanging out in front of the goal mouth and tipping it down. Long Beach able to get the goal with just 9 seconds remaining on the power play. It's now 2-7. The Beach finally get back on the board, just over 8 minutes to go in the third period.
Breaks a string of 7 unresponded to goals from Cal State Fullerton. It's 7-2, 8 minutes and 10 seconds to play. Long Beach wins the faceoff in neutral ice, and Nguyen skates it right into the offensive zone, gets tied up here and lost the puck. Been a good third period for Nguyen. Keeping the zone now is Manluku. Chops it into the middle. Here's Parcher. Sends it into the slot, but it gets blocked out of there before Compton can get the shot away. Now another pass over to Compton. He gets the shot off this time, but it's saved by Acevedo. Fullerton then chops it right over the ice, but winning the race to wave up the icing is Andales. He moves into the right corner, sends a pass into the slot. Hard hit with Parcher as he denied the pass getting to Barlow. Goes up into neutral ice. Parcher giving chase. Skating is Andales, and he dumps it off to his teammate. Maillet back behind his own net. Fullerton trying to slow things down now as they still lead by 5. Nearing 7 minutes to go in this third period. Fullerton with the puck in neutral ice. Skating through a poke check from Compton right into the offensive zone. Now shot goes on net, missed high. Compton controls it over on the right side boards. Sends it wrapping around all the way into neutral ice for Fullerton. Will take it again, and the Beach go for a change.
Beach look for a change here as Fullerton look to break out of their own defensive zone. If Long Beach wants to make a comeback, they need a goal a minute here down the stretch.
Fullerton gonna settle into a defensive attack game plan. Webster sends one on net now, and it's saved Glove save from Adam Orozco as he freezes it.
Robert Webster, he was able to score a goal tonight. He scored plenty of goals in this building as well. Played his youth hockey with the Long Beach Bombers, who shared this building with a few other youth hockey organizations. It's still 7-2 in favor of the Titans. Just under 7 minutes to go. Long Beach, if they want to make one final push, they've been outshot by 20. They need everything on the ice right here, right now.
Long Beach State wins the defensive zone face-off. Under 7 minutes to go, they skate into the offensive zone. Trying to chase it down is Hester. It's chopped over to the left side. He puts a backhand shot towards the net, blockered out of there by Acevedo. Puck goes rolling along the left side boards. Fullerton tries to carry it out. Poke check from Gritano makes it hard. Now it wraps around the boards, giving chase is Menser into the right corner. He sends it up towards the point. Long Beach keeps it. Now sends a shot from the blue line, but it's saved by Acevedo. Ernst got that one on net in a hurry. But another save for Acevedo keeps it at 7-2.
And Long Beach, for the first time tonight, is out shooting Fullerton in a single frame. Long Beach has racked up 7 shots so far in this third period. They've been able to find the net one time, and a double change coming now as Supanchek returns to the ice alongside Ethan Manluku for the offensive zone faceoff.
That'll be the defense pairing. Beach trailing by 5. They win the faceoff, but then Fullerton intercepts the pass. In neutral ice, Gritano trying to take it away. Skated over towards the offensive zone, and Fullerton able to carry it across the blue line. Now along the half board on the right side. Takeaway for Menser. Skates around the back of his net and then sends a pass up into neutral ice. Skating through, Hester gets it taken away. Nice poke check from Fullerton. Stretch pass goes up. Now carrying it all the way in and getting a shot on net is Cole, but it's glove saved by Adam Orozco.
Yeah, a little 2-on-3 action there for Fullerton. You mentioned the defensive setup, Bruce. They're going to sit back in their zone unless they have a chance to break away. Good job there from Orozco once again to stay home, get the glove working, and it's still 2-1 shot advantage for Fullerton. They're out shooting the Beach 40-20.
Long Beach going to have to put their feet firmly on the gas. Trailing by 5.5 to go. Pass over to Mayalette. He gets a shot towards the goal, but it's blocked before it gets there. Now they're tied up along the right side boards. McKay comes away with the puck, sends it across to the left circle. Now a shot from the point. Glove save again by Adam Orozco.
And a shot coming from the point from Andrew Francos, the 5'11" senior, the defenseman. 4th year with the program, native of Ladero Ranch, California. Lets one fly, and Orozco privy to it again. The defenseman pairings for Long Beach State change once again back onto the ice. Tommy John alongside Kyle Oki.
Long Beach trying to keep fresh bodies out there as they hope for a breakaway. Tommy John tied up on the left side after the faceoff. Rhodes giving chase back behind the net, but then it comes away. Mankovetsky with the puck for Long Beach State. He gets it back into neutral ice, and Fullerton sends it right back towards the blue line. Now a hit sends Mankovetsky to the ground. He's tied up with Paranol. Puck still getting fought for along the boards right in center ice. Coming away with it eventually is Ezra Gale for Fullerton. Titans trying to control puck possession here. Stretch pass up to Gale. Gets pushed out of there by Oki. Gale controls right back into his defensive zone. Skates into the middle. Mankovetsky trying to poke check, but he skates right through it. Here's Gale. Ezra Gale with a shot, but it's saved right into the chest of Adam Orozco. Gale skated right from his defensive zone all the way up the ice, but his shot gets iced.
Yeah, Gale skated past everybody coming from his own defensive zone. Long Beach unable to put a stick out, put a body on Gale, who has been the catalyst of the Titans offense tonight. He's already netted a few goals. Looks to carry Fullerton over the line as another line change comes for the Titans. A fresh 5 on the ice.
7-2, Cal State Fullerton ahead, 4.5 minutes to go. Oki with the puck back behind his red line, and then Fullerton takes it away. They shoot. It's blockered out with the stick by Adam Orozco. Back behind his own net, Fullerton controls again. Titans trying to continue playing in their attacking zone, but now pass gets picked off. Nate Compton gets right out into the attacking zone, but his pass gets blocked out of there. Nice play on defense by the Titans. Compton still trying to control, gets it taken away by Andales. He dumps it back. Here's a shot from Seth Gale that missed to the left side. The save for Orozco. Long Beach recontrols back behind their own red line. Long stretch pass up to Boston Parcher. Takes it into the offensive zone. A reverse hit as he stays on his feet. Now sends Barlow to the ground a second time. Back behind the net. Long Beach with bodies hitting the floor. Compton gets back up and keeps the zone. Goes over towards Seth Gale on the left side, and he lifts it up and out. Here's a potential breakaway. Andale's trying to chase it down. Getting back on defense is Ernst. Andale steps through him, gets a shot on net, but it's saved by Orozco. Doesn't freeze it. Instead, the pass goes up to David Nguyen. He takes it right across into the attacking zone with some speed. Tries to step through, but it gets chopped out of there. Good stick from Seth Gale. And now he takes it into neutral ice himself.
About a 2-minute shift. Everybody in the ice real tired right now as Fullerton's able to make a few changes.
Now here's a hit along the boards from Nate Compton. He winds up taking the puck himself. Right back behind the Long Beach goal. We eclipse 3 minutes to go in this third period. Beach still trailing by 5. Pass tipped up and deep off the stick of Sean Menser. Trying to chase it down back behind his own goal for Cal State Fullerton is Frankie's. Now pass goes up to Sokol, but before he can clear the zone, flying in, JT Hester keeps it for Long Beach State. And he lays a hit back behind the Fullerton net. Long pass goes up as Fullerton has a man down after the hit from Hester appears to be shaken up. Long Beach with the puck back behind their own net. They try and get it clear and go back on the attack. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. They're tied up along the left side wall in the Beach defensive zone. And now Menser able to clear. Puts it off the boards to himself. Now sends a centering pass. Here's Gritano to the forehand. Gets saved. A great sprawling save from Connor Azevedo through his left leg and pad over just far enough to get the save. A great chance from Gritano. We eclipse 2 minutes to go. It's still a 5-goal deficit.
That could be the dagger. Bruce Grotano was one-on-one and could not find the finish.
It's a fantastic save from Azevedo, who has only had to face 21 shots, but is still at a very good day in goal. Long Beach takes it back into the offensive zone. Gritano gets crunched against the boards. Fullerton takes it back and sends it wrapping around into neutral ice. Tommy John controls for the Beach, but it's delayed offsides, and John took it in. So it is offsides for Long Beach State.
Long Beach has been able to play consistent hockey throughout this third period. They've dominated at times offensively. Only 1 goal to show for it, though, and it's not going to be enough. Just 1 minute and 36 seconds to go in the 15-mile rivalry. Bruce, and all signs point to another big Fullerton win. Will now be 2 back-to-back big wins for Fullerton in this matchup.
Looks like the first time all year that Long Beach State will lose back-to-back games. Each looking like they'll drop to 4-4 in conference play. Fullerton looking to improve to 4-1.
A win today also puts Fullerton firmly back in the playoff picture, and Long Beach unable to control their own destiny. With a chance today with a win to move all the way up to sole possession of third place.
Fullerton's win will tie them with Long Beach State at 8 points apiece. Here's a shot over towards the net, saved by Orozco. 1:10 to go. Puck in the Long Beach defensive zone. Now the pass into the slot gets missed left on the one-timer from Justin Center. Puck tied up on the left side as we eclipse 1 minute to go. Along the left side boards, Barlow pushes it in deep. McKay giving chase. Long Beach sends it along the boards and out, though. They're going to wave off icing. 45 seconds left. Long Beach still trailing by 5. Back behind their own net. Shot or a pass into the middle, and a shot from Wintershade with another sprawling save from Azevedo. Wintershade was uncovered right in the slot. Azevedo got his left pad in front again. A very good third period here for him in net. 25 seconds left. Fullerton lifts it in deep, and that time it'll go for icing. 22.5 on the clock as Long Beach will get an offensive zone faceoff.
Fullerton may be up 7-2, but the physicality in this third period, Bruce, has not taken a dip. Long Beach still laying big hits off the puck and tired bodies all around the ice. With a win today, Fullerton, as you mentioned, will move into a tie with Long Beach State on 8 points. That'll make it a 5-way tie for third in the conference.
22.5 left. Face-off won by the Beach. Menser skates along the right side, sends a shot towards the middle, gets blocked, and then on the backhand, Nate Compton puts it into the back of the net. It's a goal for Long Beach State right before the end. It's now 7-3.
Long Beach able to save some blushes, and Nate Compton completes the hat trick. He's responsible for all 3 goals now for Long Beach State. Able to cut the deficit down to 4. And just 17 seconds to go now. Long Beach will lose this game, yes, but can take 1 goal back home and take it into this winter break before they return at the end of January.
Been a good game for Nate Compton on the first line center. Long Beach trying to get back out on the ice quickly to put this one to bed. 17.3 seconds left. 7-3 Cal State Fullerton ahead of the Beach.
And one more call for Justin Gantz. He's had a busy night, but he gets to end it off with a goal call.
Puck back behind the Fullerton goal with 4 seconds left. Then lifted up. Here's a final shot. Gets blocked before it gets to the net. And then the buzzer will sound. 7-3 the final. Cal State Fullerton comes up to Lakewood Ice and wins their second straight game. It's a sweep of a back-to-back for the Titans. The Beach lose 2 in a row for the first time all year.
Yeah, Long Beach State will look to recover, and they're going to have a long time to figure things out. Their next game all the way at the end of January, the 30th. That'll be the black and blue rivalry against UC Irvine. Then it's a road trip to finish the year. Back-to-back games against UC Davis at UC Davis. Another rivalry game at LMU, and then these two teams will meet again to close out the regular season on February 21st. And then the finale for this season for Long Beach State will come at San Diego State University for the playoffs at the end of February. Long Beach, for the first time this season, Bruce, drops back-to-back games at Lakewood Ice, and will now have to await other results to see where they finish in the standings after this weekend.
Long Beach now 8-5-1 on the season, 4-4 in conference play. Cal State Fullerton improves to 500, 10-10 overall this season, 4-1 in conference play as they win their third straight game. Stick with us for post-match coverage coming up here shortly on 22 West Radio.
Final word from Lakewood Ice tonight. JayDe Beaudry, Bruce Kuntz alongside David Wynn. David, tough, hard-fought game tonight. What was working and what wasn't working out there for you guys?
What was working? I guess really nothing. I guess towards the third, we got some more shots on net, as you can see. First period, first two actually, shots on net were not it, right? Our first goal was a lucky bounce, but yeah, no. Third, we started getting it in, but overall the game, our biggest weakness was just the energy, right? We only started picking up towards the end, but that's not going to cut it in an actual real life scenario, right? You got to be all in every time, all shifts, etc.
Yeah. You'll have about a month off now before your next game here against UC Irvine on January 30th. So what are you looking forward to over that break and trying to work on and take into the next match?
Well, at least for me, I can't really do much as this is my last game.
Oh.
Right. So, as a team, I would like for them to get some ice off, during the break, because we won't be having practices, right? Because everyone will be off doing their own thing. But if they can find some ice time, like at KHS or with one of our coaches, anything, that'll be some good help towards the next semester in playoffs.
We've heard during our preparation a lot about you, about what you mean to this team. Can you talk a little bit about this being your last game, but also what you've experienced as a member of this program?
I mean, just like in any group setting, I feel like just that concept of brotherhood is just so essential. Like that camaraderie, you two maybe, right? And your own little group, you guys bond. Trauma bonding is real, believe it or not, right? You can ask any military folks, right? So I think that's just the big one, just the brotherhood. Off and on the ice. Hockey is just, at the end of the day, it's just a game, right? But it's what we do on the ice, off the ice, and shout out to the locker room.
All right, David, thank you so much for joining us. Congrats on your final game, and appreciate you for coming on. Yeah. You too.
Appreciate you.
You too. Well, that'll do it for us here at Lakewood Ice. 7-3, Cal State Fullerton takes the final for Bruce Kuntz, JayDe Beaudry, the rest of our 22 West staff. We'll be back on the air next on Thursday. JayDe will be leading the way for some women's volleyball Long Beach State action. So make sure to join us then. And as always, thanks for joining us.